All right. Drink the coffee. Come on in. Come on in. It was incumbent upon me that I was told how I was told how there is a school of thought about coping and protection and all kind of other bullshit that I hear being echoed out here in in certain spaces. And from time to time, I sit back and listen. I sit back and listen to a lot of these talking points. You know what I'm saying? Because these ain't my talking points. These are talking points of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I've heard some crazy shit, and so when you hear the talking points coming from people that you don't know, you know what I'm saying? It always sounds good, you know. Well, if I had been there, I would have done this, or we need to do that, or there's always some kind of crazy shit. And see, I'm going to try to help navigate you through that of the ludicrousy and heinous talking points you'll hear from a lot of these people. You know what I'm saying? You naturally you used to hear from the Fresh and Fit gang. You would hear that from them about what you're gonna do if women, but see, they're not here no more. They're gone. You know what I'm saying? And see, you're not gonna hear that from the white boys because they don't care what them Bettys and all them other crazy motherfuckers. Now you see now what we got going on is women out here in the streets. You got women going around saying, "So are y'all going to protect black women, the most underachieved and educated?" And I'll be like, "Nigga, I don't know these women out here in the street. The fuck I look like? What the hell you saying some kind of Power Ranger ethos? Like no, like if that ain't my family, that ain't my cuz, that ain't my blood. I'm not jumping out there like that. Who the hell you saying? What you jamming?" And I said, "See, that's just like black men. Like, y'all can shut the fuck up." Because most of the women in my family and set would say the same thing. Don't you go out there and get killed for no woman that you don't know. But see, the thing, I would also tell it for the women in my family. You wouldn't submit to no man that you don't know like that. But see, there's an ongoing prerogative or trajectory going on in these talking points of spaces where the have and have nots have been trying to sell ideals and narratives around. See, I don't ever believe motherfuckers who come around talking about how they the good guy, the bad guy. BMP is not a good guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm not no fucking good guy. I'm just a guy. Just a guy that's just been on this earth for a while. I don't. Oh, but I see you with your children and you do this and that. Yeah, my kid, of course. What the fuck? I love my children. I love my family. Yeah, the fuck? Nigga, what the fuck you saying? That don't mean I fuck with you. That just means I'm good to those who are around me. And you don't know what goes on in my household. So you making an assessment of what you want to believe. What up, Deidre? These personified talking points of protection and all this other kumbaya shit that y'all are hearing people are using. Listen, man, those are anecdotal evidence of people that are trying to recruit people to their bullshit. Nobody who is functional goes around just spouting submission. I just never heard. I never heard that type of shit. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I might have heard my granny or you know my mom or certain women like, that's my man. You know, I love him. But most men, they don't really, you know, they weren't really going around saying, hey, that woman, you know, make sure she talk that submission jargon shit. That was just never a thing. So we know that there's this kind of thing. It's like them boys who want to be cops. It's like them boys want to be cops, and the minute they get some type of power, right? They start bogarting and pressing it onto other people. See what I'm saying? They start pushing it out there. Now, another emphasis that you have being pressed out is a woman talking about men that don't protect. And you know you got a side eye. I always side eye women running around talking about protection. I do. If you ain't side eye these women going around talking about protection, because most fathers or any man with a woman, she's gonna tell you, why are you going out there jumping in the line of fire for another woman? I'm your fucking woman. The fuck you doing going out there putting your life on the line for other women? Now, for all them other dudes who don't got no woman or don't know these women out here, you can go ahead and do that, bro. By all means, go ahead and do that shit. Listen, bro. I'm not down for no cougar. I'm not down for no MILF. I don't know. Fuck, I look like. Listen, bro. Many men have tried. Many men have died. So, and don't worry. I've taken that walk. I've been that knight in nigga armor. That doggone. No, I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna try to. No, listen. The heart knows what the heart wants. You cannot think it. This is not no Disney movie. This is not no Disney film. We all think about it just by you being the nice guy, that's going to get you some type of jubilee or shit. Like, no, bro. You will get stomped on and you will get the shit kicked out of you by life. Don't you be running around these streets looking like some cornball, some crazy motherfucker saying you're gonna go out here and start running out and protecting and doing all this crazy shit. Listen, man, y'all gotta understand this YouTube shit is fake. It's not real. But a lot of y'all don't get that. That's why I'm saying, like, y'all believe, oh my God, this person sold 200 copies. They're a six-figure multi-millionaire. Like, nigga, you sound dumb as fuck. You sound dumb as fuck. Now all of a sudden they're rivaling Harry Potter books now. These same motherfuckers are rivaling goddamn J.J. Abrams and all them other motherfuckers who've been in the game longer. People who can be on panels for 18 to 20 hours. Nigga, stop, bro. Like, who y'all fooling with, bro? But I forgot, you know, I'm saying, like, you gotta, you know what? That's why I said, bro, I'm trying to understand why the niggas ran game on a lot of y'all. I'm trying to understand why some of y'all parents just said, you know what? This motherfucker ain't gonna make it. They're gonna get fucked over. See, we barely want to believe in something that's just not a thing. You know what I'm saying? All these multi-millionaires supposedly are coming to black YouTube or niggatube or whatever type of shit this is. What? Nigga, y'all dumb? There's no way you can be that stupid. There's no way y'all can be. There's no way, bro. People who I know who are busy running restaurants, who are busy out there selling nails and hair and lashes, cutting grass and all that stuff. Bro, I don't listen, bro. I can tell you right now, dumb people stay busy. They stay working. They don't got no time to be saying all this dumb, goofy shit. They don't got no time to be on. Listen, bro. You mean tell me six-figure people sitting on here doing that? I mean, listen. If that's the case, let me tell you right now. If that's the case, they would be like them boys like Destiny and Kai the Can and all them stuff. Listen, boy, them motherfuckers. You will see where's their sponsorships at. You're not gonna tell me you making six figures off of without no damn sponsorship like that. You're not gonna tell me you making six figures without no damn sponsorship. That's how I know, like, the Negroes don't know what the fuck money is, bro. They don't. But they know how to run a home. Majority of people that be talking about a home have either a failed household, a failed marriage, a failed goddamn relationship with their baby father. These niggas ain't got their shit together. Some of these women out here selling that damn coochie box on the goddamn book. Talking about female empowerment and shit. Bitch, get out of here with that shit. Fuck you on some female empowerment. You know what? But then again, you got the same niggas out here talking about they high value, but they can't even get a lawyer for their own children. They can't even get their kids for the goddamn holidays or some shit. All of this, why y'all keep beating up on them? Why y'all keep talking down on them? Come on, jawline. And let that set in. I'm in a space where black people talk about the family, but then talk shit about the family and say that literally that ain't shit. But then they talk about protection, submission, the Bible, Jesus, and all kind of fuck nigga shit. These niggas, like I said, bro, these niggas are crazy. Nah. See, we keep doing that. We you help them, then it's a pay it forward. No, we're not in that era. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gonna have to wake up, man. I hear that a lot. If you would do that, somebody would help you. Listen, we gotta stop doing that right now, man. First of all, my grandma don't even go out like that. I know my grandma don't even go out like that. I'm not saying I'm not a respectful person. I have helped somebody get a can of tomatoes off a shelf. But we're not going to. I always hear that deflection of, "Hey, what about your daughter, bitch? Worry about your fucking kid. Fuck you, worried about mine. What about your son, nigga? When the last time you got to talk to yours? Hey, don't you got a white woman you're married to? A white woman? The fuck? Don't worry, my household is good. My family good. I'm not over here trying to I'm not over here running around trying to play Captain Nigga America. That ain't my cause, no. Y'all need to stop this foolishness like we out here saving lives and children and babies and shit. No. That ain't y'all can that's what I said no. Think of the elderly shopping in New York. That's a New York thing. I'm in South Carolina. I don't got nothing to do with the New York shit. I don't got nothing to do with that. That's a New York thing. I can't help y'all with that. Are black people up there watching out for their elderly? Y'all need that's a regional thing. That ain't got nothing to do with the South. See, I can only be accountable for what goes on in my area. I can't Y'all not about to make me try to play that accountability for all of goddamn Black America. Fuck that. No, no, no. Where y'all need to be accountable for y'all errors. Be accountable for y'all school district. Most y'all niggas be talking to me about kids, and y'all don't even got fucking kids, bro. Most of y'all be talking to me about family. Y'all don't even fuck with y'all family. Hell, y'all family don't even fuck with y'all. That's the thing that be getting me. Like, I'm tired of trying to be the standard of accountability, and you motherfuckers don't even play by them rules, bro. Men need to be accountable, bitch. Go talk to your nigga that doggone you slopped up and he don't fuck with you. These women need to learn how to submit. Nigga, you just paid a bitch $80 to $100 to say good morning to you. There was your submission right there. Go drop another 100. She might fuck with you again. It ain't no secret. We know these motherfuckers been tricking and goddamn selling their ass and doing whatever they got to do to get their shit off. No. Motherfuckers too busy on this YouTube shit worrying about the next man or next woman, how they make their moves. Worry about your own shit. That's why motherfuckers get pissed off when they come around my channel. Because I'm not trying to doggone convert you motherfuckers. I'm not. When we turn this shit off on the BMT area, in this zone, nigga, we go back to living our lives. Protect your peace is a main mantra. I was one of the only content creators doing live with my family. I was like, hold up. How y'all niggas talking to me about how a family should be? You niggas don't even got family. What the fuck? Women running up on me. BMT, what you gonna do about protecting Black women? Bitch, I don't know you. What the fuck? I don't know who the fuck you are. What the fuck? What state you live in? Who's your baby daddy? He locked. That nigga's locked up. And you see how he treated me? Bitch, you trolled the nigga. I mean, something about him must have been good. You had 2 kids by the nigga. Now all of a sudden, y'all want to start talking to me about some revelation after you done held this nigga down for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? You know, when you young and dumb. No, you were dumb. You were dumb. At what point did you figure out this nigga wasn't worth shit? Now you want to start coming online, start having some revelation, some come to Jesus moment, some Shirley Caesar, I remember my mama shit. No, nigga, hold that fucking L. Y'all don't ever like taking them L's about what you did. I had to. I own that shit. Same niggas talking about women, but don't want to claim their baby mamas that they got pregnant. But then want to come around here, talk about how bad women are, but nigga, you work at Applebee's, bitch. Nigga, you working at gas station, nigga, talking about how your women need to support and doggone support you. You trying to live off a fucking EBT fucking social security account. Nigga, I don't know that kind of lifestyle, bro. Y'all really think I can afford my lifestyle with 6 people in a household off of an SSI check? You out of your fucking mind. That's why I know that. Listen, I know some of y'all are used to begging y'all women for a fucking allowance. Nigga, I don't know what that's like, bro. I don't know what that's like. I don't. I couldn't imagine that shit. Y'all get mad when y'all hear men talk back to their women and say, hey, kill that shit. Oh my God. Oh God. He must be an abusive man. No, he's a fucking man. That makes it sound like men and women don't talk shit to each other. Get your fucking seedy color purple ass out of here, man. That's what I'm saying. Listen, bro, you can't fool around with these crazy motherfuckers in here, man. You gotta be careful what you say around these people, man. You dealing with the kids that didn't pass Sesame Street. That's what I'm learning. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers did not make it past Sesame Street. Yet they know everything about what men and women should be doing, bro. Like, y'all been watching too much Power, Empire. I don't know what the fuck y'all been watching, but it's not real. It's not realistic. It's not. It's not. There's no way. There's no way. And what's scary about it, motherfuckers actually believe this shit, bro. People actually believe this shit. That should be getting at me. Motherfuckers trying to hold me to a standard. I'm like, the fuck? Where do you do this at? You can't hold me to no standard, bitch. How are you gonna hold me to a standard? You didn't. For you to hold me to something, you have to put me there. Now, you didn't put. See, that's the scary thing about it. You had to put me in a position, and that pisses off a lot of people. It's the same way how a lot of men be trying to tell women what the fuck to do. How you gonna tell that woman what to do? You didn't put her in that position. So you can't check a woman that you did not put her in that position. But I get a job, you're gonna have to quit your job. Nigga, are you dumb? Are you crazy? Motherfuckers running around talking about how they're gonna hold women accountable. Bitch, hold your mama accountable. Hold your aunties, hold the women in your block accountable, bro. Y'all niggas can't hold shit accountable. You can't play the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like I've been hearing the most craziest stuff said around here. And you know, it's it it gets me. It gets me because it gets at me because you'll have it where to some people, right? Some people have been trying so hard to hold a candle to me about what I should be doing, right? I had men come to me, right? I had an old nigga, there was an old dude, OG J Speed, this J Speed nigga, this nigga that lives in Cali, nigga got some shitty ass looking goddamn household, but he happy because he was on Martin, he played on Martin one time in his life, or whatever type of shit. Nigga saying he doing kung fu in the background. Got homeless people living all in his house. But this motherfucker, he got happy because I took a picture. I took a picture of a friend of the family, right? Who is homosexual. Why would BMT have a homosexual in his house? I don't know. Probably because the motherfucker dude is a goddamn great bartender, makes great liquor, funny, good at playing Uno, and is a great human being. What kind of heterosexual man allows homosexual around his kids? And I'm like, okay, so let's take this into concept. You got an old nigga that came from a timeline where niggas were walking around, skin tight boots, getting perms, goddamn going around, having their shirts open, doing crack and heroin, and they want to talk about homosexuality when literally their era had the most homosexual pass around. They thought the only way you can get the gay disease, well, that's what they call HIV, the gay disease. But this same old motherfucking Negro is coming to me when literally this same dude is some have chicken fried country fried nigga talking to me about black empowerment. Nigga say he going to Africa. Nigga hasn't left yet. Oh yeah, we definitely going here with a lot of y'all. But I've sat down and listened to a lot of y'all dumb motherfuckers for a while. I'm honestly, I was like, damn. Sometimes I replay back some of y'all shit. Sometimes I just replay back some of y'all shit. Because I'm like, there's no way this nigga can be that stupid. You got niggas running around talking about how they're the first people in America, some shit. And I said, why don't we're the Blackfeet Indians. The Blackfeet Indians. What? Yeah, they hide our history from us. We're the Blackfeet Indians. Bitch, you don't even know who your fucking governor is. But now you all of a sudden you know that you some Aztec Indian Aboriginal warrior nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, do y'all say this shit out loud in the public? Motherfuckers don't even know how to do taxes or get goddamn insurance for their goddamn family, but they know that there's some secret Illuminati Indian Native American Blackfeet motherfuckers. Like, I'm like, where the fuck you get this shit from, nigga? Where you get this from? I don't know how I got into an argument 2 days ago. It was some crazy. It was a pastor slash preacher slash poly priestess sexual shaman girl. She's a preacher, but she also heals your vagina or some shit. And I'm like, wait, what part of the Bible is this shit in? You wouldn't understand. You're a man. You know God is a woman. I didn't know God had a sex. God always was a woman. Where do you think men come from? A woman. So what do you think of God is? A ghost. Typical man, you can't handle the truth that that women are the superior race. I'm like, man, if you're the superior race, then why were y'all slaves? Why were y'all slaves? How are y'all the superior race, but y'all were slaves? Not too long ago, y'all were raping about being sold and sex trafficked and raped and all kind of shit. But now all of a sudden, y'all some superior ninjas and shit that could have powers and shit. Like, bitch, what are you talking about? How are you a preacher? Like, and that's it. That's what I work. They should have never gave y'all. They should have never gave y'all Negroes Christ. They should have never gave y'all Christianity, because now y'all having these goddamn church orgies and shit where y'all talking about that y'all some poly super pastor. You know, you got Kurt Franklin out there getting on wires and shit, doing flips and stuff. I ain't never seen this shit before. You pulling out goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit and reading to us about the blood moon of Dagon. I'm like, is this Lord of the Rings or where are you getting this from, bro? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying these, you know, like, I need you to read. Listen, bro, if I was like, don't get me wrong. I was enjoying her Bible stories. They were pretty good. She had some stories that were throwing me off guard. And I said, okay, now listen. Are you sure God is a woman or a man? Yes. You understand it. Your mind cannot handle it. I'm like, no. I'm just asking you. I'm asking you. I'm trying to take it into account. I said, okay. If God is a woman, then why do you need us men in the church? Because God is calling y'all back. No. You don't need us in the church. You have the church now, baby. What you need us for? Hell, what do you need us for? Tyrone, sometimes I don't know why, but the most interesting people come to me.
I don't know what I do. Maybe something I wear. Maybe it's something I wear. But I wanted to know her thought process. Why she thought to tell me that? I said, you have the right to believe in whatever you believe in. You, you a pastor? Yes, I am. Who ordained you? God ordained me. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. No man can ordain me. Yes, you have to be ordained. You cannot marry somebody, ma'am. I want you to understand. You cannot marry somebody, right? Or you cannot. I mean, you could always have a church in your house. That's fine, but you can't do no. Listen, if you do some stuff without your license, they can lock your ass. They can get your ass. You do know that, right? You got to go get a license for that. I'm just trying to let you know. I'm not trying to douse you down. Now, as I sat there, she said, "Well, God cursed man." Well, he cursed you too. What are you talking about? Man and woman both got cursed. Did you read the Bible? What were you reading, baby? Man got cursed to work. You got cursed to have a period. And that you're going to forever feel that guy. No, no, no. That's another lie in the Bible. Do you not bleed, bitch? Do you not bleed between your legs? I'll tell you what. You speak to your coochie right now and you tell that damn coochie, don't you ever bleed again. And I will believe and I will fall on my knees and my face and I will serve you to my last dying breath. She said, do not challenge the spirit, man flesh. I said, oh my God, I've never been called that before, man flesh. I didn't know if I was offended, if I was being disrespected. I don't know if I was being talked down on or being uplifted. Man flesh, that was a new terminology. Man flesh. The fuck? Call me man flesh. I said, damn, there's some deep shit. I said, okay. I said, okay. So you can't stop yourself from having a vagina. I mean, you can go to the doctor. You can go to the doctor. But other than that, you don't have that type of power. I said, no matter what you say or do, men are going to always be the dominant of the world. No matter what, you ain't going to never see no women running out in the battlefield. You ain't going to never see no women jumping in no fucking goddamn hole when a sewer line pipe busts late in 2 o'clock in the morning. You ain't gonna never see no women go to an oil rig and have to work that damn job. I'm telling you, there are just some jobs you just not going to see women ever do because of just how physically taxing and mentally taxing that they are on the mind and the body. Like y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, go watch them jobs, bro. I used to love watching that show, Dirty Jobs, bro. You will have a new outlook on humanity, bro. Like I said, listen, bro. I get my place as a man, and see that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. What's up, Juju? That's the thing about it where I get really tired and pissed off at a lot of these channels and shows because it's like this man and woman beef thing is fucking for the birds, bro. It's these fucking weirdos that be jumping online, be trying to have this man and woman beef shit. Listen, bro, y'all ladies, y'all got it, bro. Y'all, you got it. Yeah, they got Israel, we got female soldiers too. There's different countries that have female soldiers, but they're not the major dominant. Israel needs all the soldiers that they can get. I gotta be real with you on that. Like but we got female soldiers too. I've seen female soldiers. Shout out to the vets. I've seen them on the battlefield, but they're not out there like when shit is getting hot. No, 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 they're not doing that. I've seen women out there going out there in EMS, firefighters. We get that, but you're not running out there in the haphazardous conditions of the world. And see, y'all can keep on playing these games. You got people that are trying to play these games, trying to do these switching around, switcheroo shit. My mom drives trucks. My mom drives trucks. She can do cement. She can do she can do doggone plastering of walls. She can cut tiles. My mom could do a whole plethora of jobs. But my mom, one thing my mom will tell you, she will respect that of the lane of a man, and she knows her lane as a woman. My mom don't try to jump over that. And my mom is old. My mom was up there in her 60s. My mom don't be trying to cross that line. My mom does not try to do that. She will call a younger man or somebody else. Say, Joe, somebody else get that. Somebody else get that. That stuff right now. And don't worry, Juju. I'm gonna cover that shit tomorrow. I'm gonna cover that shit tomorrow. But that red pill shit done fucked up a lot of young boys already. These young boys are already done been turned out mentally and psychologically and physically. And I told y'all we should have canceled that shit when we had the chance. And anybody who runs that red pill shit, y'all now want to see just how mentally destroyed these young boys are now. Any man that's trying to run that red pill shit, they are destructive op towards anything that is progressive for men and women. And the women. If those women are running that shit too, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I just heard some boys talking about how they hate women, but they love transgender women. That they love being red pill. I'm telling you right now, that shit is a setup ploy to destroy young men. I'm telling y'all right now. See, nobody wants to care until it hits home to y'all. I told y'all to stay away from that red pill shit. Let me see if I can grab that video. I'm gonna show y'all a little something. I'm gonna see if I can grab it for y'all, boy. That shit had me flip the fuck out. I told y'all that red pill shit. Don't worry. Whatever president is coming around next, if y'all don't think they're not gonna touch that shit, they gonna hey that shit gonna get answered to next cycle. It's definitely gonna get touched. I told y'all that shit should have been left the fuck alone. It was fun when it was trolling. It was funny. It was funny when it wasn't serious. But now it has just become some type of hate hate anthem or some kind of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, bro. I told y'all, man. Y'all should have left that shit alone, boy. Y'all should have left that. No, too late now, bro. You gotta just let that shit go. Whack, y'all fucks with you, but that shit, it ain't nothing that you can literally. It ain't nothing to really wanna deal with. That red pill shit don't work for that shit don't work. That shit don't work for no young men. Let's see, where's that shit at, boy? Where's that shit? That shit had me. But I gotta go ahead and play that shit later on, man. I'm gonna play that shit tomorrow. I just know I'm doing this shit for right now.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let me know y'all can hear me. Let me know y'all can hear me. So
It's over.
Speaking of things that are stupid, what?
I want y'all.
What'd you say? Fuck the woman. Fuck the woman.
What? No. Wait. We love women. We love women.
What'd you say?
And let's be honest.
I want y'all to listen to what these little kids. These kids are like 9 and 10 years old. I told y'all that this shit was gonna go bad, bro. I told y'all. And see, y'all black men that run around with this shit, y'all just need to shut the fuck up and fall all the fuck back. Talk about something else that nobody give a fuck what y'all talk about and circle jerk about. Talk about child support. Talk about crack. Talk about rap battles and shit. Nobody want to hear about this red pill shit, bro. Y'all gonna get y'all asses hemmed up. I'm gonna show y'all. Just bear with it real quick.
The red pill.
Watch what happens to this white Mexican.
Speaking of things that are stupid, what? Sneakro.
What'd you say? Fuck the woman. Fuck the woman.
What? No. Wait. We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody.
Max Stallion.
Y'all see that? They got these little boys running around saying fuck women, fuck women. Y'all can't, I don't know, bro. Y'all can't blame this on that rainbow flag. I mean, that rainbow flag, they got their demons. But this right here, boy. This right here, boy. Y'all did. Hey, that red pill right there, man. That right there, man. You know, y'all want to bang that manosphere flag? Y'all want to bang that manosphere flag? I know that is sad. Listen what these boys are saying.
Très rapidement, mon ami. Yo, j'étais pas prêt. I was not ready for that shit.
In case you're wondering what the average Sneeko fan looks like.
That shit went.
What have I done?
Can I get in the video? Fucking talk. Can I get in the video?
Yeah. Talk to him.
Yo, what's up?
It's just funny. I encounter fans all the time. I don't think I've ever encountered anyone below the age of 14.
Or screaming stuff like that.
No. Anytime anyone's ever approached us, it's always been very calm and cordial. Very, very calm and cordial. But just imagining seeing my fans and that's what they yelling. You want to see what his response was to like?
Sure.
They are children and obviously joking. This is how I was at 12. But if it sounds egregious to you, blame the rainbow flags in their classroom.
I'm telling you, bro. This red pill shit got boys running around saying fuck women, but not trans. They turned out the boys, man. This shit got boys they got boys hating women, but chasing around tranny booty, tracing bussy around. Y'all men that preach so hard about women so much on y'all panels, y'all done turn these boys gay. These boys sitting right here smiling. Yay! Daddy, social media daddy, did I do good? Did I do good, social media daddy? I don't like women. I like transgenders. They're cool. Was this the direction that this is supposed to go? Was this the direction that it was supposed to go? I'm telling you right now. Listen, I'm telling you right now. Next presidential election, you better go scrub your social medias from that shit. Y'all got these boys out here. They done. They done. This is what they want. They sit there smiling. These little effeminate boys are going around smiling, saying they hate women. They happy. They like their Andrew Tates. They love Andrew Tate. They love their Sneakos. They love their red pill. And look at it. Got the little black Mexican boy or black boy right there. Got the little white scrawny boy right there. Listen, man, they're gonna be happily going in the gym. They got their bromances and shit, and they say fuck women. But not transgenders. We like them. I want to make sure y'all pay attention.
Fuck the woman. Fuck the woman.
What? Fuck the woman. Fuck the woman. Nah, wacky, bro. I get, you see, wacky. And you know I'll drop the link so we can have these conversations, bro. You know I'm down to have these conversations with you. Spiritual, I'll have the conversation with y'all. You know I can do it. We can't blame this on Nicole. Can't blame this on the Juju. Can't blame this on Jay. I know y'all want to blame this on Jean, but Jean, for what, she was laid up in her bed, eating her goddamn potato skins, watching goddamn Why a Maiden's Tale. So I can't blame it on her. I tried. This man right here, he's smiling. Oh, gee golly. Whoa. These are y'all fans. They said fuck watching Power Rangers. They want to be the Red Ranger. There is nothing y'all can say. These boys are happy going around hating women now. If this is the awareness that y'all that this type of mindset wanted to bring men to women, hey, mission accomplished. Y'all have this talking point has literally scared off and destroyed 30 years worth of a generation. Congratulations. No. Let's continue on. Some of y'all gonna have to answer about this.
No, wait. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
But not the fuck the women, but not the transgenders. Hey, bro, y'all. Hey, boy, hey, BMT's channel has nothing to do with this. When y'all say y'all excommunicado me out of this shit, we don't got them problems over here. We don't got the problems over here. Y'all have them. We making real men. We making real men. Ain't y'all manosphere? Ain't y'all the manosphere? Ain't y'all with banging hard for Andrew Tate? Pearl?
Fuck the woman. Fuck the woman.
What? No. Wait. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
You're gonna Juju, you might as well get ready, baby. You're gonna see a lot of STIs coming on out. You're gonna see a lot of STIs. You're gonna see a lot of STIs coming out. These boys are gonna be out there chasing booty holes and shit. Chasing booty holes and all that other crazy weird shit. But this is where they're going. I know the original generation, their kids were already fucked up. Now they just passed it on to this newer generation of children, and they just said, fuck it. When in doubt, fuck it up. Fuck it up. Hang on. We got somebody coming on through. Hang on, let me All right, there we go. There was a video where a man said he became gay due to red. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, like I said, y'all, women got Princella. We got the red pill. So the universe balances itself out with these. The universe balances itself out. It's a balance. It's a balance. I mean, honestly, I don't too much trip anymore. I'd be like, hey, I don't know why people flustered. I mean, hey, that guest better show up. They said they want to come on up. They better come up. Make sure you check your mic. I'm waiting for somebody. They're supposed to be coming up. All right, so let's get at that. But there seems that there was a conversation about people asking other men and women, like, about your daughters, what I'm saying, or your sons, and I'd be like, well, shit, they had to come from somewhere. And you brought up a good point, Juju. Like, it's who's raising you on the outside. Who's raising you on the outside? How are you being raised and reared? You know what I'm saying? I have to stay on my kids, have conversations, like ask them about this type of shit. Talk to their friends. Hey, what are you talking about? And then when I ask them and I challenge them and I humiliate their talk point. Yeah, I humiliate their talking points. See, I destroyed them. Well, women should do this. What do? Do you have a job? No, I don't have a job. So how you saying what women should be doing? You're a boy. You can't even buy deodorant. You smell stink. So how you worry about what a woman should be doing? Same way as a lot of these girls coming out here wearing these ridiculous outfits, dressing like they some little hoochie girls. So I had to tell this one girl had some tissue. She had it in her chest like she make her little her bra bigger. I said, what you doing? I said, what are you stuffing tissue in there? How you know? You see it sticking out of you. You bleeding? She embarrassed. I said, you know what I'm saying? Told the other lady, go talk to her. I had to go talk to her. You know, y'all, you know, as parents, we gotta catch these people. You gotta catch these kids doing this shit, man. The other girl go talk to BMT. Why are you checking out for these? As a man, I gotta watch these young people. That's what parents do. You gotta watch at all times these young men and women. These young girls have no problem stepping to these young boys about sex. They're a lot more aggressive than the boys. The boys these days, they're scary. They scary. The young girl, the lady had to go talk to her. Not that soft-handed shit. She had to go talk to her. Why are you trying to be sexual? Some people think that their kid dressing like that's it's good. It's horrible. Yeah, it is horrible. You putting them out there. You know, let me see what the fuck taking so damn long, man. You wasting my fucking time. All right, then. I'm about to end the show. All right. You know, the parents got to choose the bag. You know, some people, Sally, have no problem pimping out their kids. Some people have no problem pimping out their kids. They don't have a problem doing that. I try to tell, like, when I see women jump online and they try to get online or get on Facebook and social media and tell, well, y'all men need to get on these boys. I'm like, so why don't you get on your daughters? Don't come to us. Don't you worry about your children. If you raise your children the way they need to be, guess what? You ain't got to worry about all that shit. I can't control other people's children. I can control my children. And I stay on them. That's not my job to try to, oh, well, they need to do this, they need to do that. No. Same way as I don't try to control other women. Listen, Juju or Nicole or any woman could see me in the street and I say, hey, cover yourself up. Juju could be right there across the street. Man, fuck you. I ain't got to do this shit. These are mine. Do what the fuck I want to do. Huh! Manosphere. Can't force them. They're going to do what the fuck they're going to do. Same thing. You can't force nobody. Same way as y'all women going around telling these men that they better slow down and they better learn to submit and they teach these young boys. They're going to be like, I don't know you. I don't owe you shit. Hold on, let me see. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, BMT? I like your show. Sorry, I got called away by a potential client. Well, an old client that had a new problem. It never ceases. No, I was listening to you talk, and I don't categorically disagree that we cannot ask our men to be Captain Save-A-Ho. But at the same time, we need to give our most vulnerable women a sense of security. We need to have a village mentality for certain groups of people, young girls. We need to be young boys even, because they're being taken advantage of. Arguably speaking, part of the problem, the reason you saw the crack epidemic in the ghettos was because it wasn't nobody's problem. People were afraid that if I said something about, seeing Miss Jolene's son, daughter out there, using drugs or selling drugs, I might get my ass kicked. And that's a truism, but we need to work as, I'm not saying, run out there one-on-one, but I am saying that collectively, if we see, a white boy running into a predominantly black-owned, black church, a black grocery store or whatnot, let's consider, the elderly that are in that store. Let's not be easy pickings like we were when we just celebrated, what was it? How many decades has it been since they blew up a church in was it Birmingham, Alabama? And we killed all those little girls.
Okay, but
we can't allow that to happen again.
But that hasn't happened in a long time. Why do we keep reaching backwards?
How long ago was South Carolina, where a crazy white boy walks into a black church, sits down and prays with them, and then opens fire on them? Like they didn't see all those guns? There wasn't somebody who saw the white boy walking into that church going, hey, if nothing else, hey, it's time to get, it's time to get our homeboys together.
Are you talking about racial? Are you talking about racial issues? Or are you talking about this of protection, submitting, and accountability? But you're talking about a different topic.
I'm talking about both, because when it comes down to, I'm looking at black femicide. Don't get me wrong. Black women go crazy. Black women wind up killing their kids. They wind up killing their baby daddies. But there are warning signs. There are warning signs. And if you see those warning signs, don't be afraid. See something, say something. If you can, do something. I'm not saying put yourself on the line unless there's immediate bodily injury about to occur. But my motto has always been, you might see them go in and you can't stop them, but I'd be damned if they walk out without some resistance and be able to be picked up by the police and taken to Whataburger. That ain't happening. That shouldn't happen on anybody's watch.
Okay, so you're talking about stuff that has happened, and that's fine. So I'm asking you, are you working on that in your own area?
Yes. The whole idea of having, mobility and accountability within certain areas of town.
Are you doing so you're doing that with your own children, your own family? That's happening. You doing them with them. Y'all are intact. Y'all are getting. You're doing all that said stuff you're talking about with them.
Yes, we do it within our own family. There are people. We all have those crazy uncles, crazy cousins. We help them from afar as much as we can.
Why afar? Why are you helping only from afar? Since you worried about everybody else on down in another state, why not work with them up close? Why work?
Like I said, I didn't say run in and be a captain, save a hoe, or don't come in and be a queen, save a hoe, save a bum. We do have homosexuals in this world. There's no one should be going through struggle love to prove their blackness, to prove how, I'm down with the cause, because I am all about helping a brother because nobody else is going to help him. Certain things, that's for your mama, your sister, your aunties, that's for your family to help. If a man can't go live with his mama, can't go live with his aunties, that should be a red flag right there. You got sisters, you got brothers, you can't go live with them. I'm not asking for people to do that. I'm saying that should be a red flag. Don't move these Negroes. I don't care if there's female Negro, male Negro, white Negro, whatever Negro, homosexuals. Don't move them into your place when the rest of their family will not move them into their place. It's okay to help a person from afar, because how they say, God helps those who help themselves. I will help get you in a drug rehab program. I have literally gone and driven my cousin and her kids to a homeless shelter that had set up for her so that it was very clearly understood. The police told her, you can either leave with your cousin, or we'll go to her mother's house and pick up your kids and take them to foster care, and we'll take you to jail. But I had to set it up. The proposition was, if you do what I ask you to do, I have a job waiting for you. I have a friend who's going to hire you. Now, I can't help everybody all the time. Sometimes you got to put your own kids first. And, I got kids in college. I'm a grandmother now. So, yes, I have to focus on mine first. But I can, give you some advice, give you where to go, resources available to you. Those are not hard things to do. But all these talk show people that are out there trying to, get likes, that are trying to give coaching assignments, at some point in time, you just got to ask yourself, if this brother is sitting up there, it came out today. Why is Tim Scott, like 58 years old, never been married, doesn't have any kids? And he's talking about family values. I call a spade, either any way I see it. That sometime you have to sit back and ask yourself, all these brothers are sitting up there talking about, I'm gonna go to a third world country and find me a submissive woman. Well, if the woman is submissive, her first submission point is to her father and her brothers. Why is she in a tourist area? Going to a tourist area is like going to the red light district in New Orleans. That's not where a good girl goes. So you listen to these guys and just laugh. Unless one of those guys has a tourist program, he just talking to hear himself talking. Now, again, there might be some brothers that are actually, got some skin in the game, and they actually are making you make a fool out of yourself so they can make some grip off of your pain and suffering.
So are you addressing the 304 type of culture going on right now?
Now, bring me up to date. Which one is 304?
304. Forgive me. 304 is the Sukianas, the Sexy Reds, the Big Lottos. Are you addressing any of those girls? But you worried about the men. Shouldn't you be worried about the women? I mean, shouldn't you be worried about the women? That's your issue.
Again, like I tell men.
No, don't tell men.
Oh, no, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. My job, what I get paid for is to sit up there and help the good. I'm helping good people not be fleeced. Those little heifers, if you're talking about the 304s, they can't help themselves. There's no help for them. That's like sitting up there saying, Nichelle, what advice do you have for a crackhead?
Wait. What constituted them being bad?
Some of their talking points where they're encouraging women to basically be hoes without, just going ahead, do.
That's their right. That's their right.
I have actually in my career represented call girl agencies. There's a legal way of doing it. You pay for the time. Nightclubs.
Who said that they being hoes? But you're trying to sell it as if they're evil. I said that it's a 304 type of culture mindset. You don't even know how to address it. But you're talking about the men. But
no, what I said was the people that are the women that are encouraging that type of, that their problem is they're short-sighted. They're not thinking down the line, because at the end of the day, past 30, 35, your marketing is down. You can't even be a model. Tyra Banks is not the model.
They're not worried about Tyra Banks. They're not worried about Tyra Banks. They got IG.
They are perishable.
Right? Instagram models, Twitter models, social media models. Nobody care about.
That's fine, but there's still a perishable market. It's still a perishable market. There's still a.
It depends on who you are.
People look. I sit up there all the time and tell people there are fetish markets out there. There are men that like to sit up there and look at 300-pound women. if that's your market, you want to market towards that. If that's your business mindset, that's your market, go for it. But understand, every business needs to have an exit strategy. You know, the pet rock was not sellable.
Fucking City Boys is up. Look at Shorty going into the motherfucking toes. Y'all think y'all gonna be flying out, getting flued out, and y'all ain't got to put this work in? Put that fucking work in. Get in between them bitches too. Let me toast to my man, yo. This to you, pimp. Shout on you. Bang. Toast up, my man. City Boys is up. We winning. Oh, look at she going stupid on her toes right now. City Boys up, motherfuckers. Yeah, you heard me. Fuck y'all. Suck these toes.
So, I mean,
Call them. They can be out there for a little while, and their game is, and my dad used to call them restaurant hoes. He sit up there and say, women would just love. Oh, my dad is in his 80s, so they've been around for a long time.
So was your dad not out there tricking and trying to buy and get with young women?
He's still out there trying to get with young women.
So he's a trick. He's a trick too.
No, at the end of the day, he realizes like this. He could pay for a hooker, a professional.
That's a trick.
And, you know, that would be about $300. Or he could save $100 or $150 and take somebody out to, say, Fridays and buy them a couple of drinks. You know, they all excited that he threw down $150, hoping that his vibe would kick in.
Regardless of what, he's still tricking.
At the end of the day, if it's his meant, some people go to football games, basketball games. For him, it's still an active, funny game.
Okay.
He knows he's an old guy that they're trying to use him, but he already know.
So why aren't your father trying to settle down and form and have a family? Why don't he have a family? Why don't he have a family? Since he's so worried about
he does. My little brother, and my little brother live with him and take care of him. His soon-to-be ex-wife, she thought she could come in. I'm in it to win it.
How does he have an ex-wife and he out there dating?
Because our lawyers are more experienced than her lawyers.
So wait.
I mean, he's widowed.
So
he's twice divorced. He's twice divorced and widowed now.
So he's twice divorced.
Twice divorced and widowed.
But yet
once widowed. He don't.
Okay, so I'm trying to get it. So
okay, when his wife died, like 35 years died, he ran into his college sweetheart who was divorced, and he thought it was kismet. 17 came around, he had to die alone. He got with her, and my little brother, it was not about her being there till death do us part and taking care of him and mutually taking care of each other. She didn't have a retirement plan. He already had a house that wasn't paid for, and her limited understanding was that that she would have dowager rights if she stayed there and put him in a nursing home.
Okay, so regardless of all that, why ain't y'all seem like your dad can't hold down a woman? So he's not holding down a woman, but you're talking about
it's not a matter of holding down a woman. It's not down at his age. He's like 85, at least 85 years old. I forgot, but he's had a wife for 35 years. He was married to my mother, God help him. It is what it is. That at his age, I mean, till death do us part could be the next day out. So what he is looking for now is amusement. He has a son and a daughter-in-law and a daughter that make sure that his financials are taken care of. that his health care is taken care of on a daily basis. My brother is now there, and we've financially set it up so it's my brother's homestead, my brother and his wife's homestead, and my father is a tenant there. So there is no, I'm about to get a homestead if he dies. So she's just kind of out there. She played a card and she lost. So now, again, she's gonna have to go stay with kids or find another man that will take care of him. Now, are her kids willing to keep taking care of her?
So here's
And that's what a lot of people who play these games about. I want a submissive woman. I want, I'm looking for a man that's going to take care of me. At the end of the day, we all get old. Everyone gets old. We get sick. If we don't get sick, we die. So for a person that's in his 80s, that's lucky to be here as long as he's been here, I think laughingly, I think one of his unspoken, bucket list things is he'd be very happy if he died in the arms of a 35-year-old woman.
So
worst ways to die, right?
No, he just sound like he need to go make his affairs in order. It sounds like he got an issue doing.
His affairs are in order, Joe. That's what I'm telling you. He has enough money to last him until he's well into his hundreds. And so with that being said, he has a $500,000 house.
How'd you got enough money to last him?
Because we set it up for his own protection with his consent, so that he is, as far as legally speaking, it is now my brother's homestead. And my father is a tenant at that home because my brother makes sure that he has all his meds, makes sure that, if he needs any help getting in and out of the bathtub, going to the bathroom, clothes are being washed, food is being prepared, dishes are being washed, vacuuming is being done. I mean, he's taken care of. He does not need a woman for anything but amusement.
Okay, so that's I would rather just take myself out before I get like that. I think at the end of it all, like I said, ladies, y'all need to just worry about dealing with the women that feel like rocking with y'all. Y'all worry too much about what men are doing that don't fuck with y'all.
And you're right. It goes both ways, Joe. It goes both ways. I can sit up there and tell a woman. If I sit up there and tell a woman, look, you are going to be perishable. You have a limited shelf life. Women will come back and say, "Oh, well, look at Kerry Washington." Okay, fine.
Why do you say that? Kerry Washington. How is she perishable?
Kerry Washington is in her 50s. She's beautiful. But
okay,
that's not.
Who are you to say that somebody's perishable?
Very simple. Because menopause. That if you're looking, as many men are, they're looking for a wife and mother of their kids. They are not looking for a stepmother. There are many men that are looking for.
No, we're not. No,
there are a lot of men that are looking for a wife and mother.
No, they're not. They're not.
There are many men out there, Joe. You don't think that there are men out there?
They're not
looking.
They're not looking for.
They're not looking for what?
They're not looking for no.
They're not, you don't think there are still men out there looking for wives? 40% of black men are married.
Where are you getting these?
40% of black men are married.
40%?
From the U.S. Census Bureau, 40% of black men are married.
Okay, so that's 40%. Are you just saying that they're just staying married and they're still out there doing whatever the fuck they do? Are they just tolerating?
No, I said 40% of men are married. What they are doing as married men. Again, don't forget that 50% of marriages overall in the United 50% of marriages overall in the United States, whether white or black or Hispanic, end in divorce. So men are still getting married, but men are also getting divorced. The interesting phenomenon is that 70% of Black kids are being born outside of marriage.
Okay,
So what you have is that interesting phenomenon of 30% of Black men are marrying Black women. 10% are marrying non-Black women.
Okay.
So that's where you get that 40%. When only 30%. I didn't say anything was wrong. That's just the numbers. Those are the numbers. Men, there are still some men out there who want to get married. And out of the men who want to get married, there are a large number of those who don't want to be a stepfather first. They want to be a father. So they're looking for women that don't have kids. They're looking for women that have never been married. They don't want another man's luggage.
Okay. First of all, I need for you and other women, stop talking like y'all know what the fuck men do or how we move. Y'all don't.
I'm talking about statistics. Unlike other people, I'm not talking out my ass.
Yeah, you are talking out your ass, and I'm just letting y'all know because literally, men don't give a fuck. Men, listen. You think men have a problem fucking a woman with kids? Men will see a woman with kids. And,
fucking.
Listen. If a man can fuck on a woman and get that pussy and get to lay up in that house and get to be king of the castle, he gonna take that fucking charge. He don't give a fuck about all this goddamn title shit. I mean, he'll take it, but honestly, I think your inundated talking points are way out of date. I'm
sitting up there listening to men in court who are sitting up there going, "Damn, Nichelle."
Well, those are failures.
Again, you're sitting up there saying, "Nichelle, I don't give a fuck about actual statistics. I care about what these few fools on YouTube are talking about." And I'm saying that the reality is, if you are a stepfather, you open yourself up to a hell of a liability. Look at the men in jail. Look at the men in jail because a stepchild has said.
You tell us about the women. Tell us about the women. You keep talking about the men. You tell us about the women. Tell us about these women. Don't tell me about the men.
Okay, women. If you allow a homosexual, a man that just want to fuck your ass and take the title, guess what? You can lose custody of your kids.
Now look at.
No.
Now you paint it as the man is a homo. So 1 minute, these men like your daddy.
You asked me to advise the women. I just did. You corrected me on advice to the women. You just corrected me on advice to a woman.
Okay,
that at the end of the day, if you get a man in your house that's paying the bills, that's assuming the responsibilities of being a father to another man's kids, and he is being faithful and he is raising those kids like he would want his own kids raised, don't fuck that shit up. Because I see a lot of women fuck that shit up. Why? Because they got to go listen to their baby daddy. That's my kid. They're my kids. Who your baby daddy paying $400 a month in child support? Your baby daddy paying a $2,000 a month mortgage, plus health care. He got all your kids on his health care insurance. If he say your kids are grounded, your kids are grounded. Ladies, do not forget which side your bread is buttered on. Your side of the bread and your kids. Think the bigger picture. Yes, that may have been the sperm donor. But if you got a man that's taking care of your kids and he's providing a roof over their head and food on the table, and you got another man that is not, then stay on the side of your husband. Stay on the side of your husband. If he's going to be your husband in front of your kids, if he's just going to come in there and you roommates with benefits, move on. Because you're not setting a stable environment for your kids. You could lose custody of your kids because you are doing that.
Listen,
I mean, my biological father was a mofo. He went into court with, in his own words, a crackhead off the street before they were crackheads. And he cleaned her up and brought her into court and said, "This is my wife."
So
had another friend that did that.
So your daddy,
had another friend that did that.
So your daddy.
He went in he went in and got with a grocery store checkout. He was going through a contentious divorce with his wife that helped him make a multi-million-dollar company. And he went into court and said, yo, this cashier is my baby mama. She gonna be home with my new illegitimate child. So I want custody of my other kids because she gonna be home. And my ex-wife, she worked like 12 hours a day. She gone 14 hours.
Hold on.
She lost custody.
Let me get it straight. So you're telling me your dad just showed up in a courtroom during a divorce with a
no, they had divorced. I said custody. They had divorced. He got remarried. You cannot get remarried if you are still married. He showed up, as he said, with a crackhead off the street, cleaned her up, and said, "Your Honor, this is my new wife."
Let's nail down on this. But you was talking about accountability. Why did your dad marry a crackhead?
Because he did not want to have to pay child support.
So he marries a crackhead.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, do you hear the logic that you're speaking right now? How do you?
Didn't.
Your dad,
Joe, you asked me, did he pull a legal maneuver that is still being utilized in America today? Yes, he did.
Nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to marry a crackhead to go get custody of a kid. That doesn't even make
a lot of men do.
Fucking sense.
A lot of men do.
Nobody does. Nobody marries crackheads to go get custody of kids.
I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen a man in prison.
Marrying crackheads.
I've seen a man in prison marry. Obviously, if you in prison and this woman wants to be your bride while you in prison for molesting a 15-year-old.
How did this man in prison meet this girl?
Online. They have pen pals for prisoners. My cousin's baby daddy met a woman through the prison pen pal system, married her, and they filed for custody of the child. This woman.
So wait.
How do you do that?
Wait, hold on. Listen to what you just said. Somebody who's incarcerated.
Yes.
How are they filing for custody?
Because he was put in jail for 2 years. He married the woman while he was in jail. They started the paperwork while he was still in jail.
No fucking sense. That makes
it may not make any sense, but there are step parent rights. Joe, there are step parent rights. There are parental rights. Even if you are in jail, you still have parental rights until they are terminated.
That makes
it may not make any sense, but the law does not necessarily have to make sense.
I've never heard of that.
You did not know that a man in jail still had parental rights. You didn't know that.
How can you get wait. So tell me this. You mean, first of all, I'm hearing stories of men, crackheads, and crackhead marriages, which is a bad idea, far beyond my understanding. And then you're telling me prison felons are getting married through pen pals and getting custody of their kids. If that's not some kind of...
I said trying to get custody. I never said that they got custody. I said they tried. They tried.
I need you to get some good stories. I need you to get some good stories. These stories are horrible shit. These are horrible ass stories. They are not.
But that's what family law is. It's filled with a bunch of horrible ass stories. You don't have two good people coming in there going, "Hi, Your Honor, we're both good people. I think they're good. I think she's."
So why would you use that as stories of accountability? But those are some horrible stories of accountability.
Because at the end of the day, what did I say? I said, ladies, if you're not accountable, you could lose custody of your children. That with fatherhood.gov, which I've told you about over and over again,
we don't want to hear about sits up there. Your dad, you can't say fatherhood.gov and your daddy's marrying crackheads in the street. You can't.
My dad did that. Like I said, my dad did that. Like I said, he did that before crackheads were even a known word. But there are people out there. There are people out there. We saw it in The Color Purple, where old men would marry younger women to take care of their kids after their wives died.
Are you using the color purple?
This is not anything new.
You know, the color purple is a fake movie, right? It's not real.
But it was based on real life things that have happened to people. There have been people, for example, my husband's grandmother.
Stop.
She had her first child when she was 14, and she was
up to date. You no more.
I'm coming up to date.
No, your story.
Joe, do you think when I set up there and said my friend got custody of his kids because he married a checkout attendant, somebody that was checking out stuff, ran up. Where's your wife? I haven't seen your wife in here lately. I recognize the kids. Oh, she and I are separated. Oh, really now? He showed up in court. Didn't he marry her and said, "This is my baby mama," and got custody in Florida?
Wait. Why would he call her his baby mama? That's his wife.
Because his baby mama got pregnant before his divorce was over with his wife. His baby mama got pregnant before his divorce was over with his wife. And so while they were determining child custody, he said material change of circumstances. I now have a baby mama that lived with me, whereas my wife is a nurse with a 4-year degree, great career, but she works 12-hour shifts and she's gone 14 hours from the kids. But my cashier baby,
The woman he just married?
He eventually married her after, I think the boy is 12 now. They just got married last year. And when he got married, the ex-wife was able to get custody back of the kids because the kids were old enough at that point in time to talk to the court and say where they'd rather live.
These stories are all.
But when they were little, they couldn't say where they wanted to live.
Michelle.
So as far as this court was concerned,
who's this judge? Who's this judge that is so lenient with crackheads, store clerks, and niggas that are showing up with junkies in his courthouse? Who is the?
It's a bunch of them. Joe, in Florida, Jeb Bush said women needed to stop.
Don't jump around to Florida.
I'm saying the judge was a Jeb Bush appointee, the same man that said women need to stop going after their husbands for alimony and go out there and find them a new husband and let the men get on with their lives.
So I'm trying to find out because, well, first of all, we already know Florida is very hard on a motherfucker when it comes for child support. So I know damn well that judge ain't do shit. Because if you're in Florida and they coming at you for child support, they about to fuck you up. So they ain't no send you off or they about to, they're gonna get your ass in Florida. That I don't know about that one. I'm in the Bible Belt. They gonna get your ass. So
but the Bible Belt also has a lot of people that goes, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And you knew he didn't have no money when you got with him, or you knew this. I've never
heard a courthouse say that. I've never heard a courthouse.
Look at Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, are you using a multi-millionaire? Are you
I just said the man. Did I not say that the man in question was a multi-millionaire? Did I just not say that the man
multi-millionaire to that of people that are at the ground level?
Same laws apply. Same laws. We don't have, the laws do say 20% or 15% of your income capped for multimillionaires in some states. And Florida is one of those states that caps it, just like Texas does. Why? Because Texas does not believe a woman should be using kids to make money. So if you're a woman, you need to understand, you need to be accountable and find a man that can support you and your kid, or you need to go out there and make enough money to support your kid yourself. That's a Texas rule. If you make over $85,000 in Texas, they can't touch anything above that $90,000 in Texas. You don't pay child support above $90,000 in Texas unless you agree to it.
So
Texas is, a lot of people moving to Texas, they like that rule about child support.
So I'm asking you, but you were talking about some community accountability. Why did nobody tell your dad or hey, laying down with people with drugs backgrounds that he knows nothing about these women? Why did nobody tell him that is a bad idea?
Maybe because he came from a family where that wasn't a bad idea. You keep
So y'all,
thinking that
so
perhaps maybe his own mother. No, my biological father, his mother lost custody of him because she was declared unfit by the states.
So y'all were unfit.
So
So it was an unfit kind of thing.
yeah, he came from his father had walked out on him years ago. He didn't really know his father. He had been sent, not only had his mother lost custody, he had been sent out of state to live with Caucasians. He wound up getting great grades in school and going off to college. He said it was the best thing that ever happened to him. So,
So
it is
okay,
it is what it is.
so here's the thing about it. You can't talk about having other men held to accountability if you have in-house issues that your family did not hold to certain people. Like that you can't do that, Michelle. Like you got a
But that's
whole.
why I said during the 70s, I always said 60s and 70s, that there was a lack of community in the Black family.
No,
That
you don't got to talk about. You
they
don't got
were
to talk about we. Just talk about your in our.
my family. I'll say my family. My father was a product of the 60s. He was in college during the 60s. I mean, he was HNC. He loved that title. And
HNC.
his brother was in and out of jail. He was one of those, OGs that you hear people talk about. But his son, on the other hand, is a doctor because there were people on his mother's side of the family and people like me that's always held my brother accountable. That when I talk to my brother, I sit up there and tell him what women are trying to pull on him and how not to fall into those pitfalls. I can't sit up. Men are going to pull you astray in a different direction than women are. I can sit up there. If he tells me, oh, I met this chick and she want me to do that and that. Nope. 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 We ain't doing that. Nope. This is the way you try to find out if this is marriage material, because he wanted to get married.
Is your brother married?
He grew up with his mother and father in his house. As bad as I can say that things were between my biological mother and my biological father, my stepmother and Cleotis provided a stable home environment for my younger brother.
Is your brother
that
married? Was your
happened.
brother married?
He's married. He's happily married now.
Okay, how long did it take him?
He got married when he was 37.
Okay, that's not bad.
Okay, they had dated for about 5 years before he finally pulled the trigger and said, "Okay, I'm getting married."
Okay, I mean, but I would say so much that you should focus on, like, you should kind of like focus on like your area, the people, like the women. Now you're gonna have an uphill battle in the show, but a lot of your talk about like single mothers dealing with men these days, they don't care. Like, like it's kind of hard for you to tell that woman how to run her household, and she gonna ask you like, okay, if you're gonna tell me about my lifestyle, show me yours. She gonna ask you like, show me yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like me talking to a young brother in the street, he gonna ask me like, okay, if I'm gonna step to him, he gonna ask me, okay, then show me, are you walking in that path? So you would have to actually show them. They want to hear about no 1940, 1970s. They want to hear none of that shit. They want to know either you're going to show me that money, either you're going to show me it is for what it is, or not. If not that, then hey,
the difference is, the difference between me and a lot of other people. When people say, "Nichelle, can you show me?" I say, "Do you have my retainer agreement?" Because unless you're my daughter,
okay,
I don't need to show you nothing. Because I can sit up here in a heartbeat.
There we go, everyone. There we go.
I can sit up there in a heartbeat. You do not go to a doctor and say, yo, doc, before you tell me how to get healthy, I need to see if you healthy. You dumb bitch.
Yeah,
You can die for all I care.
I would say that to a doctor. Ain't no way no doctor gonna come up to me coughing up a lung and looking like shit and think he gonna talk to me about being healthy. I'll say, get the fuck out of my face. Like,
do you realize Dr. A is board certified and she ain't never had no baby? But yet and still, she's living her best life. She don't have no kids of her own, but she done delivered thousands of babies.
I want you to know, want you to understand this. You throwing your own friend under the bus about.
No, I'm sitting up there saying that she would sit up there and tell a woman, because based on her experience, she has been through more labors in her career than any woman could ever go through. It's one thing to sit up there and try to be subjective through something. It's a totally different thing to objectively look at a situation and come up with a solution. So that's why I can sit up there and say
there's a difference between delivering a baby and raising a baby. There's a difference between delivering a baby and raising a baby. So
you don't get to. Okay, we have another line sister. I'm sorry. She is a pediatrician. Excuse me. She's a pediatrician. Her oldest child is 12. I guess she can't sit up there and talk to people until her kids are grown about how to properly nourish their kid depending on their age until her kids are over that age. And it's different if it's a boy or a girl. Or you can't listen to chicken heads like that, Joe.
Who does the pediatrician deal with? Children.
They
right?
deal with children. Okay. And so the thing about it is,
how's she gonna tell somebody how to deal with a teenager?
Very simple, because she has studied that. She has treated, before she even had her own kids, she was treating teenagers.
Wait.
She could tell the signs of a child going through drug withdrawal before most parents could recognize the symptoms. Why? Because she was experienced in that. She was trained and experienced in that.
So now a pediatrician was treating teenagers now.
A pediatrician do treat teenagers.
I never seen no pediatrician treat no damn teenager in my life.
My kids did not. I didn't even stop going to my pediatrician until I was actually able.
You got to lie your ass off right now.
No, I was in college. I actually was in law school the last time I went to my pediatrician because I need my shot records. And because this was my pediatrician that had my shot records, that knew all my childhood illnesses, that understood childhood illnesses, he was able to sit up there and say, no, you do not need to get a measles, mumps, and rubella shot at 25 years of age because you're past puberty, and that could inhibit your ability.
How long ago
I don't do that. That's not something let me.
Your mic is messing up. Listen, y'all. I have a family doctor. We have family doctors that have been in our family for years. I have never seen the pediatricians ever, when the kids start getting a certain age, start treating them. When the pediatricians get a certain age, they pass them down the hallway to the other doctor. We know the other doctors that they're going to. They don't, oh, well, shit, this kid is, you're 18 now. You're 16. No, you go on to the next one. Like I said, like some of y'all, Michelle, sometimes I be trying to pull you back, but you be going out there to sea, man. You in the Gulf. I don't know where the fuck you going. Like sometimes y'all, I just don't know. I don't know. There are some things experience. There's no way somebody who has no tenure. This is why I said, I can't tell a woman. You're never going to see on BMT's channel me tell a woman how to maneuver and operate as a woman. I ain't no fucking woman. But seeing like on the internet, Women like to tell men how to fucking operate and maneuver as men. But they don't have no set experience. Daddy's out here marrying crackheads and shit. No. You do not get to tell us men how we need to. No. You should have checked your father. Ain't no way y'all are that educated and y'all couldn't see that. No. Usually when somebody's getting married, they say, does anybody have a problem with this wedding? Say something now or forever hold your peace. Bitch, at that time, no. No, this shit is a farce. This ain't real. This is some bullshit. Y'all allowed the bullshit to happen. You allowed the bullshit to happen. You allowed that to happen. You should have shut that shit down. I had to do that. I've done that. I called out my cousin. Hey, leave that girl alone. Come on, bro. No, fall back, bro. Leave her alone, bro. You ain't even really fucking with her like that, bro. You just like going by whenever she get her check, telling her X, Y, and Z what she want to hear, and taking her money and leaving her in the cold and dust, bro. Stop doing that shit, bro. I said some shit about that, bro. There are men that hold men accountable, bro. We understand how far we need to take it. The only women that we can hold accountable are the women in our immediate circle. If you ain't in that type of field, like a medical field, or you in law enforcement, or you on a job site, you can't just hold random people and tell them that they need to do this. No, we're not going for that. I'm not out here trying to do the protection. No. If I say, hey, don't go outside, it's dangerous, and you still go outside, hey, that's between you and God. Hey, I wouldn't mess. I wouldn't mess with Brenda. I heard Brenda got HIV. Shit, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna fuck that. What you want me to do? I told you she got HIV. You still go up in that raw, bruh. Whatever happens from there, you took that path. I know men. They know the girl can have the incurable. They still going raw. I know ladies that I just say, hey, don't fuck with him. He a fuck boy. Y'all niggas ain't gonna do nothing what he wanted to do. We told you. You still jumped off the cliff. You tried to save him. He told you what he was about. It ain't our job to stop you. You grown. The only one I need to be accountable for are the women under my household that reside under my bloodline. That's some crazy shit. Y'all be losing me. What's up, bro? What's up, D?
What's up, man? I see you on fire today, man.
They just shooting L's at me today, bro. Like,
you on fire, man. Speak your truth, man. I'm gonna say this. Good topic today, as always. You know, things that people talking about on YouTube, accountability. You know, things about dating and all this different stuff. And my position is, there have to be accountability on both sides. Mm-hmm. Not one more than the other. We constantly talk about things about dating, marriage, who doing this, who ain't doing this. When, to me, on both sides, we lacking. Mm-hmm. Until we come to terms with that,
right?
Shit, men ain't doing stuff that women ain't doing. And I think that needs to be looked at. Not one, not more than the other. One is not the reason for the problem. The other one, it's the finger pointing, man. That shit is becoming tiring.
Right. It sure is.
Constant finger pointing. Like say when Nichelle was up here, her tone about what men aren't doing was quite obvious, and it was an underlining thing about as far as the female was just doing everything right, and she got a home with a kid, she got a homosexual. Well, why is she with a homosexual? Why would you choose on a homosexual?
Yeah, that part, man. That part.
But then come on YouTube and say I want a high value man. That don't make sense. And that's the issue. I mean, people saying they don't feel like they should settle. They on Tyler Perry ass right now about, he was claiming that, the thing that he said, which was to me was sensible, but the women turned to him saying, you asking us to settle. And really, what is really settling? If you ain't never had a man or never had a consistent relationship, and a guy basically has qualities to be a good father, it may not be the most flashiest, person or whatever, but they meet the conditions of being a good father, a good husband. Right. What's the problem? Why is that settling? I don't get that. I don't get this thing about people thinking I'm just settling. No, you're not. Your life brought you to a place where a person has these particular attributes, and it's compatible with you. That's basically it. I mean, you think everybody's not going to get the top 5-10% of men making 200. That shit is unrealistic.
Sure is.
There's only so many of them, and there's so many women. Like, or even the men. You not every man ain't getting an 8, 9, 10. You know what I'm saying? You may have to settle for. That 6 or 5 is best for you, man. That lady love you, care for you, and do whatever. That's what's best for you. We got to start being more realistic. Like with this shit, man. Like, people shooting for the stars, and everybody ain't gonna reach it.
Well, that sounds defeatist.
No, that sounds that's reality.
It's reality, and that's the thing about it. Like
what do you all consider reaching for the stars?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what's reaching for the stars. Reaching for the stars is a person, particularly, that your life ain't together. You barely making it. You are not necessarily thriving, but you want a man making $500K when you don't even know how to operate and function in the settings and environments that a person making $500K is in.
$500K is a lot of money.
Yeah, but there's people that are saying that I deserve this.
And what your point is made clear by is the generation that grew up with the example of Good Times and James, God don't want you hustling no pool. See, James's dream was, oh baby, I done came across this lick and that lick and this good fortune situation or another. That is what, dare I say, my generation was faced with as a television show. It's like, it's not that I don't have an affinity for those characters. I'm just saying that it's unfortunate that they were permanent examples as to what a family is. Now, are you saying that women should be more like Florida Evans and just accept a man for any little effort he makes?
We're using TV shows now. Like, y'all,
It was a segue into a question.
Okay. I'm basing on the normal social aggregate of our culture based on where black people are as a people and the reality of what men make, the reality of what women make, what typically is going on from lower class all the way to upper middle class or rich, and the percentages. And the bottom line is that the average black woman, and I'm gonna speak of average black, and I'm gonna say even average black man per se. Average black woman is making 35K. Average black man is making 47K. Those are basically, if let's just say if the average black woman 35K, average black man 45K, that's basically what, 80K. That's basically middle class, almost maybe middle class per se.
And that's not bad.
And that's not nothing to frown at. That's actually pretty decent.
80,000 per household is adequate.
Yes, because you know what the average is for African American family?
I said it's adequate.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, but our actual household is actually lower than that. It's actually like 40, it's actually like 55,000.
Yeah.
For a household of how many?
Just a medium household for the average African American family is 55,000.
With how many members in the household that you know of? If you don't, it's cool too. I'm not.
I don't.
I'm not challenging you.
It doesn't
Please
account for. It don't account for how many in the household. They just saying what the income. Now, if whether you have 2 kids, 3, 4, 5, a lot of those households are headed by females. So you're probably going to have a situation where a large percentage of where the woman is probably making close to that money. Or see, the statistics don't account for a large percentage of African American couples that cohabitate and never get married.
That's right.
And that happens. And see, that's the issue I have with the manosphere, with this thing about these households, because it does not account for a large percentage of our culture. There are women and men who live together and they don't believe in state sanctioned marriages, or they just don't get married, and they've been together 20, 30, 40 years.
A long time.
And that's
by the way, I did not forget to formally greet you too. I just got into the conversation. So formally, thank you for allowing me on the panel, and it's nice to speak with you two again.
Cool. You too. You also.
I think the thing about it, in the conflation of this is why I grow wary of these YouTube millionaires and 6-figure talking points,
right?
Versus that of the reality of what the actual conditions of the home is. There a big degree of the home has it where there are households where the children know of both parents or of a surrogate parent, and that's how the funding is floating. You know what I'm saying? I've seen plenty of households where the woman, she has a boyfriend, he's not in the home, but he's helping out with the bills and stuff like that. Or the woman, she's just forwarding it, is doing it by herself. I've seen a woman put 3 of her kids through school just fine. I'm not saying they didn't have no struggles. We're looking at it when we're talking about the protection, submitting, and accountability. A lot of these topic points are very unrealistic and unhinged about how they're being directed and used. And, this is where we're seeing the dysfunction or the narratives being shaped about men and women, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the household or just in everyday life.
Well, you know where that comes from, right? It's like everybody's looking for the next viral video. They want to create a talking point so controversial that it becomes the next viral video. And those days have passed. Now you have to pay to have a viral video, whether or not people, know it or not. You got to pay to have a viral video at this point.
You pay to make them viral.
That's right. There was a time when, by happenstance, you become I think the last person it happened to was Jessica. She was astounded. She was like, I don't know what to do with this. But she kept going on until she decided to give up. And not too long after that point, it was discovered that Kevin had paid what's that place that he went viral with? You know, he paid
World
them.
Star Hip
Yeah,
Hop.
he paid them.
You pay them so that way they rerun your video
He
over and over and over.
paid them.
You pay them to rerun your video over and over. It's no different than commercials, stuff like that. Years ago, me and Dita Rowe, we talked about going on to the radio. We talked about radio and about, hey, let's move our voices over there to doing sound radio where we can do that. Like there are different avenues. We do know about that, but the unhinged reality, and I'm not sure if you got to see Dita Rowe, but see, we're older. Yeah, I know you're a little bit, y'all are a lot older than me, but when I'm looking at it now, that the youth that are digesting these messages, their brains haven't had time to actually process life. And I was playing the video. I can play for you again. Some red pill content creators meeting the kids that watch their videos and how they're chanting fuck women, but not the transgenders. And so the mindset of a lot of these young people that are hearing these types of talking points about protection and civic accountability, it's doing something opposite of the effect to their mindset of how men and women should actually retroactively interact with each other.
Absolutely, because they're too young to know better, so they're being unduly influenced in a way that corrupts their sensibilities. And it is tragic. It is absolutely tragic.
Right.
And do you know how long it takes to climb out of realizing you were bamboozled by false narratives? It takes a long time as a person that was 25 and below. You know, a person that's 25 and below, once they've been corrupted by undue influence, it takes a long, and they'll still have an affinity for it, but they have grown, let's say 35, 45. They've grown to have a sense of distinguishment by then, but it doesn't change the fact that they were influenced in the years before their brain was organically developed. It's tragic. Yeah, they are. I don't want to say they're corrupting minors because a 24-year-old isn't a minor. A 19-year-old, 21, 22, 23-year-old isn't a minor. However, they're I don't know what it's called. I guess it's the frontal cortex. Anyways, I don't know if I'm not a brain scientist. What I'm saying is I do know that the brain fully develops, is expected to fully develop by the age of 25. And these young people that are listening to these exorbitant messages are being influenced by that on a core, you know, at a core level. Like it'll never leave them. And it could affect how they make decisions about relationships in the future, you know.
Well, I'm saying that right now, I'm looking at it, but I know people want me to talk about these panels.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I do too. I want you to talk about the panels.
Listen, I don't give a fuck to talk about these underdeveloped, these mentally challenged panels. Like it's the same conversation, talking about protection, talking about submission, talking about what happened if you go down to the gas station, talking about some same old talking point of 8 hours of people talk. Just at some point,
y'all, same old stuff, man.
At some point, y'all gotta say this shit is some under-rested development shit. Y'all can't tell me this is not.
Even though we know it, it's still here.
I mean,
that's the curious part for me.
Believe it or not, I've never heard any of these panels. the only time I actually heard any of these panels is through D-Darrell reviewing them, or I think somebody else had me look at them. But other than that, I think I'm just paneled out in a sense. I'm kind of like tapped out.
Yeah, me too. It's the same thing over and over. It's the exact same people,
Because
the same cast of characters that go from one panel to another,
right,
and trauma bond,
right,
and they have no. And then the other thing, this is where I learned I had to stop. A lot of these Negroes have no progress. I'm talking. I don't know how long you've been on YouTube, but I'm talking since like 2015. They were single in 2016. They had no girlfriend. Then they ain't got no girlfriend now. They ain't had sex in 8 years. Negro that I was talking to on Charles Faulkner, I used to go in there and troll him a little bit and get on the panel. This dude was a young man. And I'm just thinking about when I was a young man. Like, just dating, situationships, whatever. It was like, I didn't even think about stuff. This guy ain't had a date, but you want to criticize women, and you ain't sniffed nothing, ain't touched nothing in like 6 years. So why are you fixing your mouth to talk about and complain about anything?
If I was young, I wouldn't even be bothered with none of this, to be honest with you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was out doing things, and I'm like, you like 25.
Young people go outside somewhere.
You like 25, 26. Yeah, man, the women like this, and the women do, and the women. I said, what women? I just asked them. I said, I just told them, when the last time you been with a woman? It was a long time. And then he started crying because I called him an incel, which he was. Because I'm like, dude, why are you on this panel talking? You have no relationship experience.
Okay, so are you are you shaming when you say things like that? Because maybe he's socially awkward and he can't just come out and say it. So are you shaming him into being more socially awkward? And it's just a honest question.
No, I'm basically pointing out his inexperience and the fact that you have not worked on yourself. You can work on your behavior and decrease your social awkwardness and become more sociable. And that's the issue.
All you gotta do is get off YouTube. That's all you gotta do.
Get off YouTube, or not even just get off YouTube. Just, go and do things, interact with people your age, hang out with people, shoot your shot. You're gonna fail sometime. So what if she reject you? Don't internalize it like your life about to end and you damn near 40 years old reflecting on like some people doing, reflecting on shit happened when you was in high school. These are things that happen in dating. Like, everybody's not gonna like you. Everybody not going to treat you like, that goes both ways. And all this shit about, trying to recognize every imperfection of the opposite sex, and you're not even looking at your own imperfections.
It is a thing, like, and I'm gonna show you why it falls on deaf ears. I remember when I was a wee church boy, and one of my cousins, he's a super Christian.
Okay.
And he would go around and damn everybody to hell. And then one day my granddaddy said, "Worry about you. Stop worrying about the next man."
Right.
You worry about everybody else getting into heaven. You ain't got your own stuff together. What makes you the judge of them? I'm just saying, granddaddy, they out there sinning and sinning and sinning. He said, that's their business. That's their walk. It must be something you like. You keep watching them.
BMT, that's the nature of these spaces, to be judgmental, though.
Hold on, but see, so if you can critique, then you fair game for them to critique you, because see, and that's the thing about it. Like, it don't ever be the brothers who actually got their shit together. It be the dudes who are struggling in life and going through like 20 years of a slave, and then talking about how the women need to be righteous and chastity, wearing all white, and I'll be like, hold on, bro, like you doing it backwards. If you ain't got no children, you ain't bothered by no woman, what's holding you back? Well, I want a family and I want to, no, hold on. You should be going about focusing on your career. Why are you worried about what goes on between that woman's legs? See, so when a man says that to you, now again, you're dealing with that of the men. Just like as you as a woman, you try to tell the men what to do. I would say, well, just like I told Michelle, you need to go deal with the younger women. And the younger women, they're going to say, well, if you're going to come to us, we need to know who is it upon you to tell us what to do. Well, I have this and that, and I'm doing this for myself. Okay, that's you, old lady. Cool. But we live in our life. We out here making our money. You may not like what we're doing, but you got to live your life. Now, that young guy, I know y'all don't like the way that D. Darrell said what he said to him, but he ain't telling no lie. That's the thing about it. Just like my granddaddy, full-on bishop, told my cousin, worry about your own damn self. And see, that's a problem. A lot of people can't stomach. You want to sit there and worry about the woes of what the women are doing. Worry about your own damn business. And that's the problem. A lot of these black men ain't in no authoritative position to check no woman. Same thing for a lot of these women talking about these men. These men need to be out there protecting you. You better be careful who you asking to protect you. The man you might ask to protect you might be the man that might be busting you upside your head. And that shit has happened quite very often. As I said, this accountability shit in these spaces hasn't been working. It's not very real.
There has been a lot of domestic violence comparisons online.
Right.
You know.
Well, domestic violence is high in our community, you know. So
unfortunately, I would say so.
Yeah, it's very high, across the board, and then you gotta look at what's underreported, not reported per se, and that's just looking at what is reported. But there's also when you take in probably another 10 to 15% of other incidents that are not being reported by men or women per se.
You know what's crazy to me is when you find out that the woman is taken, or the man, because there are men that have been attacked as well. When they get back together, that's my point. When these DV couples get back together, that's something I cannot understand. Can you explain that to me? What's that about?
The reason why that occurs is because the person who is victimized don't see the person who's the perpetrator as an abuser. They see that person as the person they were with in the romantic phase of gaining their love and trust. It's kind of like they constantly reminisce about, he took me out, he swept me off my feet,
they're stuck on the good times.
Yes, they stuck on the stuff that led them to want to be with them in the first place.
Oh, that's sad.
And they think that if they do this or they do that, or because it's a lot of self-blame that goes on. And we also got
the part I'm looking for.
Yeah, we also got to look at the fact that when you are constantly being beaten or hit like that, it does something psychologically to you where you're not necessarily thinking rationally, and all of those things in itself contribute to them going back. And the reason why they're going back because they think the person is going to change and they can get back to the way it was before they began.
At the same time, it could be said that the abuser is exploiting the self-blame of the victim.
Of course.
All right.
The abuser is a manipulator, of course.
All right. Yeah, it's just puzzling.
But but
It's
the but when you're being beaten like that, it has a psychological effect where you're not thinking rationally.
It happens. It happens back and forth. Like, don't think that these men, Bella, don't be going through that type of shit. These same men that be talking this alpha, gamma, beta ray, whatever shit that they believe in, they be hooking up with women that be financially abusing them, that be doggone manipulating them, and they still go right back to them.
right.
Facts.
And they
Right.
still go
Now,
right back
I've
there.
had a handful of military brothers tell me about
So,
their DV situation where they were being exploited, abused, and psychologically damaged.
and
You
you
know,
know, right.
and I was just like, wow, you let somebody do that to you. But I didn't say that out loud because I don't want to sound judgmental. But
I,
it was a different concept for me to understand that these otherwise
so-called
big,
masculine men, big
yeah,
men.
yeah, right. And they admitted they didn't cry. Now, don't get me wrong, they don't know me like that.
Oh,
But
they right. That's
but
right.
they admitted some details that were very compromising, and I just couldn't understand why they would being as physically strong as they are. It's like, wait a minute, you're you a big strong man. Like, why did you let her do that to you? You
The,
know? So I don't know.
bro, the
Maybe she guilted him. I don't know.
no, please let these people understand, man, that views come in all types of formats, and a lot of these women,
All types of formats.
and a lot of them don't want to admit it, man. Like,
Right.
I see these same dudes talking how they go to the Mexican chicas, and yet the only time these women will talk to them is if they paying them money, or
Facts.
they buying stoves and stupid shit, or they gotta do all kind of crazy shit. And I'm like, damn. So the only way you can get a whiff of her fart is if you cash app her or you support her channel or whatever type of shit. And they talk all type of. I've seen these
You
women.
gotta be where you're loved. And when you don't understand what it's like for someone to actually love you, then you might get caught up in those situations. You have to be where you're loved, period. And somebody that's saying you can only talk to me if you cash at me, that's not somebody that means you well.
But see, to see now, to some people, this is why I said this protection and accountability and submitting shit here. This space is like a cesspool of drawing in these type of people, because if I know what's your ache and pain and I know how to exploit it, I can make a cash grab. I can make some money because I know what to
Oh
say
yeah, there's a
to
lot of that
make
going
you.
on.
I know what to say to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said, that's why I be worried about some people. But I'm like, damn, dude, did you really just say that online? Or then people say, hey, man, you can come on this panel and you can tell us your problem. We'll listen. I'm like, no, dude, stop. Y'all men and women need to stop getting on these panels. Y'all need to actually get some help. Y'all coming on here like nobody ever listened to me. You know what I'm saying? My mom used to beat me with
Right.
a broom, and girls used to just make fun of me. But here,
So
I
when
feel
you're
all kind of.
sophisticated enough to know how to converse with somebody without revealing details that can come back to haunt you, then you know you got something.
But
But people aren't that sophisticated most times.
would it be sophistication or having experience and confidence? Because if you know you hurting financially with your bills, why are you still, when somebody says, if y'all don't cash out me or donate to me, y'all don't love me?
Yeah, don't fall for that.
But I've heard that. I've heard that in these spaces. I'm
Right.
like,
That's
what?
facts.
I said, what? Y'all don't care. Y'all don't want to support me. Y'all don't support me. Y'all support them down the street. I'm like, this motherfucker crazy as fuck, boy.
I know that's
Crazy as fuck, boy.
that's pimping for real. That's crazy.
There's a lot of pimping going on.
Like I said, like,
Some of
but
the more advanced channels, I'll put it that way, they say things like if you want to. Okay, they put that they put that in there. If you want to, I've never heard in a Black YouTube space if you want to. You know what I'm saying? It's always y'all don't love me if y'all don't give me money. You know?
Yeah, they be
Okay, I
straight
guess
up
I
be
don't.
raw about
Bye.
it. You like they make it be known, you know.
It's
It's the rudeness for me. It's like how obtuse can you like? Do you really think that's attractive?
I was,
Okay.
but see the thing about it, when I was naive, I used to have that mindset. I didn't want that person to leave me, so that I would do whatever it took to just keep them around me. And you have a lot of people like that that are grown, 30s and 40s. Hell, you got motherfuckers that are paying for whole convention centers
Facts.
just to have men hang around them.
Damn,
And so,
that's a lot of money. That's
Facts.
like $15,000.
listen. Just
Who
to
got
have
money around
people,
here? What's their name?
that's a man.
Who giving $15,000 to secure conventions? That's a lot of
I don't want to
money.
say his name, but you know me and him.
Well, let him know that this
I don't
wartime
want to say his
veteran
name,
Mella,
but
you
could
want a
use a
convention? You want to hold a
donation.
convention, Mella? You want to hold
Let the yeah, I'll turn it out. Like I like wow,
Mella?
that's a lot of
I'm gonna just
money.
say his initials,
Mella,
TW.
Mella, you want to hold a convention, Mella?
How much,
You gonna make your peas and you
how
gonna
wealthy is
your
this
peas
guy?
and turkey wings, Mella, at your convention.
Because I'm looking for an angel investor.
Oh Lord. Mella trying to get an
I don't
investment.
know because he got ill feelings towards black women.
Oh well, I can pretend not to be black
He
for
he
that
he
type
he,
of
he, he
investment.
love himself some Asian women.
$15,000, I can pretend.
All I'm saying is that's how bad it is. And I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's the women's turn now. Y'all about to get y'all got your own succubus on y'all team that about to start draining some of y'all dry. So
Who's that? You talking about that Princella lady?
she gonna get y'all. She gonna get y'all. She gonna get a
She
lot.
ain't done yet, that's for sure.
She
And
ain't.
you know, this stuff happens in cycles. First, it was somebody and somebody else and somebody else, and now it's her. So everybody has their cycle.
Right.
You know the scary thing about it is people know what she's doing,
Facts.
and people are choosing
To
to
support
get.
it anyway.
That's what scares the fuck out of me.
It's
That's what
no
scares.
different than
That's
tuning
scary.
into a sitcom full of buffoons. Like there's something about the human condition that makes us want to experience voyeurism in a very strange way. Like it's like tuning into a sitcom when you know it's just full of buffoonery. It's like you just got to have it for some strange reason.
Bella, do you feel like we got to make a trust fund for these people? Like if they get out, they get out alive, we got to put them on a trust fund because
A
they
whole foundation of healing. Like it's like, you know, like because when you wake up, I'll say this out loud. When you wake up from realizing that you did something out of the ordinary just because you were caught up in the wave of it, it's a very humbling experience. It's like, damn, I was caught up in a wave.
Right.
And that money that I donated, I'd rather
It's
see that in my
gone.
bank account.
It's gone.
You know? So I think people who want to donate, and I'm gonna say this out loud, people who want to donate to somebody, give it a day. Because you know they live streaming every day to get your money. So give it a
Facts.
day. And if you wake up the next day and feel like, okay, I still feel like I want to do this, then okay. But give it a day. You know, give it like don't be so impulsive because that's what they're exploiting. They're exploiting your impulsivity.
this
You have to know that about yourself.
it's to me, it's this. I want to beat the men so badly. I don't care how we win. and you ain't beating me. You ain't beating my brother D. We ain't got shit to do with this. This ain't hurting our wallet. But she definitely. I done watched this woman call women bitches. Preach to y'all about pimping. She tell y'all to self-love y'all self, but then she call y'all all kind of names out of pocket.
And that's not love, is it?
And that is not love. How do you love somebody, but then you call them a bitch? I'm like, what the fuck what kind of damn traumatized abuse is this shit? Like,
She probably, as a startup, like to get ready for her live streams, plays "Bitch Better Have My Money." You know what I'm saying? To get her going. Like,
but see, that's the thing about it is I build you up and then I break you down and then I build you back up again. So then it's kind of like a training. It's like a training of a dog. You feed the dog, you pet the dog, but then you tase the dog, and then you pet the dog. It's like, if you ever get out of line, I'm gonna beat you.
One of the most hilarious instances online was when someone typed to me in the chat room, "Where else are you gonna go if you're not welcomed here?"
Yeah.
Huh?
And as an adult, fully adult woman, I was like, "You got to be kidding!"
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like
Melly, you ain't got nowhere to go.
They actually make people. They attempt to make people think that this is their life. You know, like,
wow,
life goes on. It doesn't matter whether or not somebody pseudo intimidates you, okay, into like, well, you've been welcomed here on the panel all this time and you ain't did this, that, and the other, or we feel this type of way and the other, and where you gonna go if you can't be here? That's like, trust me, I got options. It's straight. But it's just, that's how sinister this manipulation is with these Black YouTube spaces, because although I haven't listened to her content, I would almost bet that she is saying, who else is going to tell you the truth like I'm telling?
Facts.
And
that's
so
exactly what she said something almost to that
manipulation.
effect.
And people need to understand that. I'm not saying that you don't have a right to do what you want to do with your money. All I'm saying is give it a day.
You ain't going nowhere, baby.
Give it a day. And before you just come out your pocket, give it some time to actually discover whether or not you're being impulsive versus you could care less. You could not care less whether they live or die. Okay? Because when you think about it, life goes on. 5 years ago, she wasn't around. You was all right. 5 years from now, you'll be all right. So just think about what you're actually trying to build when you're donating your funds to somebody that is full of shit. Think about it.
Facts.
I honestly don't feel bad, because like, you have it where people were following Kivana and it didn't matter what the fuck. Like, honestly, this is why I say Negroes need some type of Jesus or something higher to serve or follow. Slavery must have really fucked us up, because we can't just say no to when we see we just see it coming, and some people
I would like
see it coming.
to take that on. Yeah, I would like to talk about how slavery messed us up when you allow me.
Well, the thing about it is, because I'm looking at how it's not going to matter what D says. It's not going to matter what I say. Both of us have had times where D's done broke down her work. I've done met the damn woman and talked with her. There's been different people who know this girl, and
I know a couple of people that met her,
and so it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, like I said, like she's going to only
met who? Princella?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They met her. Okay.
Yeah, I know people that met her.
Yeah, like, understand it. Here's the thing about Priscilla: only goes to places where she knows she can reign. No different than Kevin. Kevin was.
What else would an egomaniac do? I mean, come on.
Like certain people will only go places.
You make it seem like you're unwrapping a surprise.
Well, see, here's the thing about some people it is a surprise because they will think that, well, they should go there, they should go there, they should go there. They're not going to go where their talking points can be dismantled and disseminated, because then it would actually unhinge their box on which they stand on. And people will actually start to think like, wait a second, why can't you? It's like when Angry Man met that man Destiny. And when he actually met somebody who was not influenced, or Bernard Riley or different people meet other people. See, when they meet other people who are not a part of these spaces, and they start to unravel your talking points, it starts to convolute and liquefy the talking point that a lot of these mofos like to say. You know what I'm saying? D. Rowe, you should throw the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to certain panels anymore. I used to, but I learned that some people, they like to just be dumb, blind, and stupid. It's a lot easier to swallow that shit.
What if I told you that some people are innately captivating, and when someone who's a channel holder is experiencing their talent, skills, and abilities to be captivating, they want to shut them out? And perhaps that's what happened to you. Maybe they just want to shut you out because you're captivating. Because I've seen you on many other panels in years prior where you're not frequenting, you're not there now. And um I guess I guess the term is you have thunder, right? There's a thunder about you. And a lot of people can't stand a storm. When they're faced with something about a person that is captivating, and they realize themselves like, wow, I can tell people are listening to them and they're taking this in, when I want to be the star of my own channel. And that's when they start jumping on you. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be strong enough to handle that. But you've decided to just, deal with your own channels. So that's understandable too.
Yeah, it's just, that's just how these spaces are. People, they come with their talking points, and they jump from one panel to another.
And you, D. Darrell, as soon as you revealed your credentials, that's when people started jumping on you.
Right.
Okay. Because very few people can actually pull that kind of paperwork out about themselves. And so they started jumping on you about that.
Right.
It definitely is.
But in a sense, I was put in a position where I felt I almost had to, because when I was talking about certain things, because I was trying to not necessarily.
In retrospect, would you have kept it to yourself? When you look back on it, would you have just been one of these people that just frequent panels and talk, and they say, oh, wow, he's really intelligent. But they don't know why. Would you have kept it to yourself?
It was going to be hard. In a way, it would be hard, because it's hard for me when they start speaking on some psychological stuff or counseling related stuff, and they just, I don't know, it just do something when people like misquoting stuff like that I know is not true. It's hard for me not to because that was the reason why I like really the research stuff that they was doing, quoting those statistics and stuff. Because they don't really understand how research, they just looking at raw numbers and not looking at how those, like the actual study itself and how to really analyze a research study. It just was hard. It was hard not to say something, because it's just not true.
I think one of the things about it, because when I first came to this space, I used to just sit in the chat. I used to just sit back in the chat. It was only until I started doing my own channel, and O'Shea sought me out. And O'Shea reached out and he wanted me to come on because I was a young entrepreneur, but I was a family man. And around the time they was looking out, they were scouting for guys like me. I said, oh, okay. So I told my guys and I told my team, I said, well, let's go check them out. Let's go check these guys out, the Brother Pill podcast and different other stuff. But now as I came, it wasn't an issue with that at first, but I noticed when you are in your proper lane of alignment, you can't help but correct things that you hear are just way wrong and don't sound right. Like somebody will say, like when I would hear the notion of when food is being served, who eats first? The children, the woman, or the man? I said, well, naturally we would get the food for the kids out first because we get the kids their food first. Guess what? The kids are sitting down. The adults, we can put as much food as we want on our plates now. We already got the kids knocked out the way. We got everything done. No, as a man, back in the day. No, we're not back in the fucking day. We're talking about right now. We're talking about two copacetic. Like, do you when I have a woman, she gonna serve me. So you don't, so you've never sat at a table. Well, my daddy used to. We're not talking about your daddy. We're talking about you right now. So if if a woman has to breastfeed, you know what I'm saying? Usually I probably would wait till the woman breastfeed and then I would eat with her. All the kids are gone. It's just me and her. She already breastfeed. The baby's chilled. Man, that sounds like some simp shit. Why am I talking to you motherfuckers? Why am I talking? Y'all make these statements.
They make these simp names
y'all make these statements, but they make no fucking convoluted sense.
Well, it's an intimidation tactic, and when you see it for what it is, it doesn't mean anything.
Fun fact. Okay, so fun fact. I want you to understand this. The term pump and dump. Do people even know where that started or even came from?
It's asinine, but go ahead, inform us.
That came from my channel when me, D Darrell, Gab Talk Media, Super Mike,
I miss Gab.
I'm gonna tell y'all, we were having a debate because originally I was the one who had the Family Man's 3-day panel.
Right, with nothing but married men mostly.
With nothing but married men. It wasn't the women trying to dismantle the panel. It was the men. It was the men all in the chat talking nothing but shit.
Yeah, they could be hateful.
So guess what they did? You know what they wanted to have? They wanted to have a debate with the married men.
Facts.
And I shit you not, they started trolling us about why they should pump and dump bitches rather than marry them. So guess what came about from that? Pump and dump these hoes. And part of me wishes I never did that panel because now pump and dump is forevermore stuck on the fucking internet. All because we wanted to have a panel.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself.
No, well, the thing about it was they say the marital men never try to talk, but every time a man tries to talk about the family, it's always met with resistance.
They trying to tell you how to be a husband and father, and they never function in that institution ever in their life.
Not ever.
Ever. Ain't never come close to it, but they trying to tell you as like how you're supposed to be and your woman's supposed to do this. And I'm like, get a woman first and then come talk to me. Like, I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, like, are you married? Oh, yeah, but I got 2 or 3 kids, 3 different women. Negroes like that,
They don't know what it's like to have domestic responsibility on a long term. Like, I'm serious. They don't know what it's like to have domestic responsibility, but they have all these opinions.
Right. Exactly. And they don't know how to operate in a household. They don't know how to work with a woman
Nope.
in a relationship.
Nope, not at all.
Because in a real relationship, marriage, nobody is asking for. I've never asked my wife for submission. I never talked about stuff. This shit about submission. I've never asked for that.
That's some wild shit, man.
It's like nobody had these conversations about.
Exactly. If anything, we're grateful for the peace. It's like, wow, we getting along. I just love you so much. And remember the time we did this. And ooh, you just look better than ever. You know, we're talking about things that just, you know, make us happy.
Right.
It's not about like, yeah, so when you
You
gonna
do what I
submit to me?
say, and I control, and I'm the man of the house, and I'm pumping my. No, it don't
You
work.
didn't
That's not how relationships work.
you didn't massage my feet tonight.
A lot of the men, a lot of the men that run around just like some of these women preaching and talking about conservative shit do not believe in it and never actually
and don't practice it.
I'm gonna show you a fair fact, and he can take it. He can take it to the chin. Conservative David.
Oh no, not him.
I said David. David and me had a conversation. And I said, David, he said he has 2 kids. I said, oh, cool, David.
Two different women.
And I said, David, did you marry? Did you marry? No. But why did you make a baby? Well, I didn't want to get married. But how you talking about conservative and you know being accountable? But you made children out of wedlock. BMT, a woman shouldn't have rights. And I'm like, David, you're your own problem. You do know that, right?
He said that?
Yeah, he did.
David has 2 kids out of wedlock.
He said a woman shouldn't have rights?
He did say that.
David, listen, you must have not heard. I don't know what it is about my channel, but men confess the most interesting things on this space.
What
He
would
said
happen?
women should not have rights.
What would happen in the okay. Honestly speaking. Okay. Can you tell me what would this world or this country look like if women didn't have rights? Would it be a better country?
You better go ask some of those men down the street.
Okay, so you're not saying yes or no. Okay, I know where your head is at.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
yeah.
this.
Neither of you have said yes or no, so you're obviously on the fence about it.
Without women not having rights would make the country worse, and the reason why it would make it worse is because if we're gonna go by the standard of living today, most men could not afford to take care of a home by themselves. So if those women had no rights and they could not have any education, no skills to work and do things, they couldn't afford to take care of the family.
What makes this country great is that we are a global economic monster. And you can't have that by oppressing a gender of people.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not for taking nobody's rights. I'm not for taking away women's rights to vote. Just like I'm not for.
And I'm not even gonna talk about the fact that we're human beings.
Just for not.
Okay, but we are.
But,
we're human beings.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, you're not going to hear me saying women should go back home and be barefoot and pregnant. I want my children and I want other women to go to school. Why would you want your other half in your household to not be educated, not be able to have some schooling under their belt?
Like Sunni Islam control.
Well, see, that's the thing about it. I don't think a lot of these people a lot of them fantasize about that of the religion of Islam, but actually don't know the inner workings of an Islamic state. And so they speak on stuff, and I'm like, y'all wouldn't survive in an Islamic state. Y'all wouldn't survive in a lot of these cultures that you praise and promote and propagate. Like, so when y'all, so in saying,
Edify us in detail about that, because a lot of people think that it's about oppressing women when there are more rules to it than that.
Yeah, the
well,
men have a whole bunch of responsibilities.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the rule, like the same way how it's hard on the women, it's a lot harder on the men. And every man is not guaranteed a woman in those areas. They're really not. Like it's a lot more scrutinizing on the men. So this is why I always try to have this conversation. Like, women don't need to go to school. So these things are backwards, man.
But you don't want the woman to teach the children. A more educated woman is a better teacher. It makes no sense, man.
It raises the income to the household. Like y'all,
And that goes back to the slave
go ahead.
Thing that you were mentioning. How did slavery mess us up as a people? I will say it's the beatings. The fact that maybe not you all. I'm sorry. Not people that may be within the sound of my voice currently, but there are those of us in this Black American experience who know that for whatever reason, they resulted to corporal punishment. And corporal punishment is not the answer to disciplining your child. I believe that because beating our ancestors was handed down from generation to generation, the shit rolled downhill. It's like I was beaten, I got in line, so I'm gonna beat this child to get them in line. And then that child grows up and beat their child to get in line. And that is the most asinine thing to do when raising children. That's just my humble opinion. There are those that dispute me that say that, well, there are some kids that only understand corporal punishment. I haven't met those children. I haven't met a child that the only thing that he or she comprehends is corporal punishment for correcting
Right.
their behavior. I haven't met that child.
So, like, what I teach in those issues with like parents who, have these particular issues is that I'm not telling a parent that they cannot spank their child within the reason of the law, but there's also other things that you use in conjunction with spanking. And the problem is that in our culture, spanking for everything, just you did something wrong, just get your ass whooped type of thing, especially in the South, just you did wrong, you just it's a whooping, it's a whoop, and
that was influenced by our ancestors being enslaved and the behavior that was perpetrated upon them, and they took it to their children, and so on and so on and so on. And it's a failed experiment in ignorant behavior. Period.
And so, like, there are other means, you can to me, explaining to your child and talking to them and communicating with them about right and wrong, giving other types of punishment, preventing them or taking away privileges and things like that, and being consistent. To me, the consistency of giving rewards and punishment, to me, on those type behaviors, to me is probably the most effective.
I agree. And let's also include, if you don't mind me saying so, I think I interjected. I think I interrupted you. Please tell me I interrupted you and I'll be quiet.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. What I'm saying is that when it comes to adults who perceive and project the mindset of a child to be equivalent to their own, that is an entrance to a dangerous situation for that child, because I've heard so many parents say, you did that on purpose. you are trying to play me. You are trying to do, you know what I'm saying? It's like a child is just discovering their world, and
right.
it's up to you to guide their navigation. You know what I'm saying? It's not about them having the mental capacity of a 25-plus-year-old and say, yeah, I'm getting ready to manipulate my mother and my father today, or my grandmother, my grandfather, or my aunt. No, that's not what they're doing. They now, when it comes to teenagers, that's because hormones are kicking in. That's something else. Um, they, teenagers are something else. I'm talking about young children, like 2, 3, 4. When they call it the terrible twos, it's because they're telling their parents no all of a sudden, and so they're no longer that cute little baby that didn't have a word to say. Their job was just looking cute, and now all of a sudden the child can speak, and the child, for whatever reason, heard the word no and learned how to say no, and then all of a sudden it's terrible twos. It's like they're discovering their world. They absorb what you teach them. So teach them properly without projecting that their mindset and ability to be conniving and manipulative, as you might be, is instilled in them. They're growing. They don't know what being manipulative is. Now they have instincts. They want a cookie. And because they have seen you upset because you've grabbed the cookie, right? And they were like, oh my God, I don't want to make this person that loves me upset. So I'm going to lie and say, no, I ain't take it. But that is a different connotation than, yeah, I'm going to see what I can get away with today. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
there are parents that contrive. I don't even know if I'm using that word right. I guess I'm around you and your educated ass, so I'm trying to, sound intelligent. But what I'm just saying is, basically speaking, is that it is unfair to punish a child, to give a child corporal punishment, assuming that they're trying to fuck you over. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I would agree with that. That particularly when you're looking at grade school age kids, I don't think it's good. To me, my position is this: kids, and this is one of the issues I have with the misdiagnoses of kids at certain ages, and these kids are being misdiagnosed for behaviors that's simply them being kids, and people think that it's
like forging their parents' signature on a bad note that they got to send home.
just
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so they sign their parents' name, but then they send it back to the teacher.
yeah,
But everybody
that's
know that kid forged their parents' signature.
yeah, that's kids being kids, or the kid want to get up and play and don't want run around and hyperactivity a little bit.
There are children that are beat for wetting the bed. That's
Yeah,
the
now
most
that's
ignorant shit
actually
I ever heard of.
definitely frowned upon, and
That's
like
the most ignorant shit I ever heard of in my
yeah,
life.
there are, and I've actually had many situations where I had to tell parents, please do not spank your children if they particularly
Half
what
the
I've
people
seen is
in
that
prison were beat because they wet the bed. It's a consistent story of interviews where,
that's crazy.
yeah, and that's what it does. It turns them into monsters. It's like they're being beat for something that they can see. There are parents that think the kid the child, I should say, is doing, because the kid is a goat. Let's get that straight. Okay, so they assume the child is doing it on purpose because that's an instance that they didn't have in their own childhood, right? They couldn't relate to wetting the bed, so they believe for some strange reason that the child is doing it on purpose. And I want them to actually cognitively think about this statement. Would you willingly wet your bed just to make a point? Only
Kids would not.
adults do that
Kids
crazy
don't think
shit.
in that manner.
Only adults do that crazy shit to
Right.
try to get a disability claim or something.
And also, medically speaking, And this was something that frustrated a lot of parents when they would take most doctors that see kids like that, or
They put them
pediatricians,
on
other doctors,
medication
that
and all.
they will not prescribe medication unless they're probably over maybe 13 or 14 years old. What the doctor, and I seen this with my own eyes and saw the documentation.
But
Every
this is
doctor
what's
I've
going
seen
on in the foster care community.
That happened to me. Like not to me. Like, well, my dad used to try to discipline me, and my mom said that's not going to work.
No, it's not.
It's not going to work. Like,
because medically speaking, doctors say that they just are not developed yet to know when to get up and go to the restroom in the middle of the night.
Now the thing
it's
about
hormones.
And it's different for every kid. And the doctors will not prescribe a medication for you. They will not do it.
Hormones are undeveloped until their adolescence, and you have to give them that time and space to develop their kidneys and stuff. Some children are different. All children are different, and parents are so ignorant. Do you know what it's like? And I haven't experienced this, but I put myself in those shoes, right? To be beat in your sleep because you did something that's not your fault.
Yeah, my
that's
son
domestic violence for real.
My son had that.
That is domestic violence.
My son was in that situation, whereas we you know what I'm saying? I used to wonder, like, yo, bro, what you doing? He's like, Dad, I'm trying. Like, he used to wake up at night, change his sheets and all that, but he didn't want to get in trouble, you know. And after that, I said, all right, man, we're going to try everything. And now he doesn't have that problem. He doesn't have that problem. But the thing about it was, I think, look, I don't.
And I'm glad they got products out here now. You know,
we do have a learning curve of development as Black folks that we have to attack. About every beating is not going to always fix everything.
Facts.
It's not going to always fix everything.
When does it fix something?
Well, when does it fix some stuff? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're thinking that we can just get the general paintbrush on YouTube, and it doesn't work that way. You don't understand, Mello? Like, everybody has their own criteria. Like,
when does corporal punishment fix something?
Okay, when is corporal punishment? So so I'm gonna give you an example. If my child were to steal a candy bar out of the store, right? Even after I told them no, that implies that of a spanking because they stole something. And I don't want them to have to down the line think that by stealing that, oh, okay, well, I stole it, I can take it on back. No. We turned that car around. I didn't give a damn if it was rush hour traffic. Turned around, had to come back. I walked them in there with that candy bar and made them pay for it with my money, granted. And guess what? When they went home, they got a whooping. So they had to deal with that of the embarrassment, had to apologize and everything. And guess what? And they got a spanking for that. Now, that was my time of disciplining them. I can't tell other people when they need to go do it, but you know what I'm saying? But as far as it, like something like, I know somebody, God, you know, like he used to get beatings because he would get an erection.
What?
So, yep, he got an erection in school, and his mom.
See, this is how far this ignorance goes, y'all.
His mom would give him whooping.
And this is why the Black community is messed up.
Wait a minute, but why would they report that like there was a problem for him being erect?
Because they thought that he was being a pervert.
They were projecting their perversion onto that child.
Wait a minute,
when
how old was he?
He was experiencing his natural biological situation. And those adults,
he was in 5th grade.
Those adults.
I remember, but his mom pulled him out of the classroom, and he got a whooping in the parking lot.
They do know that you get a wreck without even thinking about anything sexual.
But
It just sometimes it just happens without you
It's
even
blood flow,
naturally just
healthy
happens.
blood flow.
That's
I
crazy.
get what you're saying. I get what you're
It's
Especially
saying.
at that
healthy
age.
blood flow.
I get what you're saying. Like, but he got whooped for that. Yeah, he used to get that, and he was like, and they even brought it before the church saying he has a horny lust demon and all that said stuff.
Are you serious? At 10 years old?
Yep, nothing he could do about it. I was like, damn.
So they instilled a psychological sense of
Now that was emotional abuse more
yeah.
than physical.
So they made the child psychologically demented. That's whatever that child is doing now, that's psychologically demented. It's their fault because they emotionally abused that child. And this is the problem with the see I don't know how to say this. There's an arrogance about us as Black people, right? It's like we are so um ashamed, I'll say it, about the fact that what's most prominent about our existence here in this country is, you know, featured around slavery, that we practice this air of arrogance. Like I'm above what my ancestors went through, to the point where we think we know everything and we don't. And we perpetrate that onto our children. Okay. And we are saying that a child in fifth grade, because he had an erection, had perverted thoughts. And even if that was true, even if that was true, you don't beat him for having an erection. You don't give a you don't instill corporate punishment. Now, any event that he walked up to a girl in fifth grade and groped her with his tongue down her throat and grabbed her all over the place, then that's a
Different situation.
yeah, that's a
Way
different thing.
different.
Right. But if he's experiencing biological blood flow, okay, you don't instill corporate punishment for that. And that's how ignorant we are in the face of our arrogance to try to avoid the pain and psychological torture of knowing that the only thing that's featured about us in this country is that we were slaves. Like, what else are we working with? Okay. And so we do perform a level of arrogance at times as if we were, uh, you know, not to uh I don't even know how to describe it, because there we have faltered in our ability, and I know there were a lot of obstacles and violence against us that have put us way back from where we ought to be. But there are so many brilliant, brilliant, brilliant minds that have fallen by the wayside because there is this oppression that we experience. You know, and so we fight against that by being arrogant. And unfortunately, when you think you know everything, you're perpetrating stuff. Not you all, but I'm just saying I've seen it. I've seen people beat a child because he wet the bed. And I was like, he didn't do that on purpose. Maybe he had to dream about waterfalls. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
Nobody, like, that, he's not waking up like, yeah, I want to be wet and cold tonight. I want to see if I could piss my mama or my daddy off tonight. The child's not doing that. It's something else.
Right.
And the fact that, some parent got their mind made up. Yeah, they fucking with me. They fucking with me. They want me to, labor excessively. They doing it on purpose and all that ignorant shit. It's from arrogance, man.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's some things culturally of us raising, our children and different things that definitely has been heavily influenced through slavery, because we didn't know any other what was done to us. They didn't know any other way. and that's why it's good to, like I was saying, there's other means, other strategies that can be utilized.
In slavery, when somebody broke eggs, they accused them of doing it on purpose, right? You know, they didn't. They said, yeah, she trying to mess up my count, or like that's what they did. They beat our ancestors mercilessly, and so here we are instilling corporal punishment on our children. So that's how I know slavery messed us up, because we're still instilling corporal punishment on our children. That's how I know we messed up. I don't even care about these online talking points, to be honest with you. Like, because they come and go like the wind blows. Like, you know,
Yeah.
there was a time when it was F them kids. There was a time it was like pump and dump. There was, it's always something. It's always something. But the main thing is that we all still get to communicate for the time being, and and that's the longevity of it. That we still, like, there are those of us who've said that they've been talking in these spaces, what, 2015, 2000,
Yeah.
up to now. So for the time being, we still get to communicate with each other and hopefully find something beneficial in the midst of buffoonery. Hopefully. And that's a big stretch of hope right there, because it is a lot of clowning that goes on. But every once in a while you hear something that's poignant, and you can take it with you and grow from it every once in a while. And so I don't want to discourage that these spaces exist. I would say that, and I'm not even trying to change how people talk. You know, I just I just got something to say. That's all. That's all. Like, I'm
Everybody,
not trying to
yeah,
change
yeah,
nobody. I just got something to say. That's it.
right. I get it. I get it. Everybody come on here with certain talking points, certain opinions. Everybody has the right to share their opinions, and based on their experiences, what they learned, and so on. So um, that's what make it. I guess that would make you. That's what makes YouTube great. I guess
Yeah,
everybody has the opportunity to do that.
I would have been discouraged off here a long time ago if I wasn't retired, right? Um, and I'm just not the type of person to hang in a tavern or a lounge, and then make friends there, and next thing you know, somebody following me home. I'm just, I what I find really relieving about these spaces is that you can say anything from A to Z and just leave. It's a beautiful thing. And some people have the luxury of being anonymous, some don't. But either way, it's still here.
Right.
It's still here. And according to the future climate, there is a possibility that it won't be here. And I want people to just actually use their forecasting mind to understand that as soon as we start talking sensible, they'll shut us down. They will. Just say hypothetically, somebody who's brave enough to say, you know what, I'm here to announce my thoughts about what could be beneficial for us as a people. We should invest in lobby. We should create a lobbying firm. We should all concentrate on influencing government, and this is how we can do it. And start talking about this, that, and the other. As soon as that gains momentum, it'll be shut down. Because in this country, there is a sense of security that people have with Black people being insecure.
Right.
Unfortunately, there
Right.
that is one of the cornerstones of America. As long as Black people remain insecure, yeah, we'll let a few sprinkle on, we'll let a few shine. But for the most part, if they are to be seen globally as a force to be reckoned with, that's a problem for those who claim they established America. That's a
Right.
problem.
Right. Yeah, they
So
monetize
let
our
us start.
insecurities.
Let us start making sense. It's a problem. As long as we bickering amongst one another. Oh yeah. Oh look at them. They being a regular old sitcom self. You know, they're being a because that's what these situations are. Oftentimes sitcoms. You tune in, you know, and you get laughs off the most audacious crap
Right.
instead of actually, tuning off and saying, wow, I learned this today. I learned that today. You know, when we talk about these topics, right? Gender banging or whatever you all call them out there, what are you really learning from that? That's going to put money in your pocket and feed your family. What are you really learning from them? Or are you taking money out your pocket to donate to somebody who tells you that they have your best interests at heart, but they will call you the B word. They will call you the N word. They'll call you anything other than a child of God and
Right.
happily take your money. What are you learning from that? And that's all I'm saying.
Right. I agree. I mean, what are you learning? Like what are they teaching, and then you got those that claim to teach it, they giving out false doctrine. so so you
It's
know.
like a sitcom, brother.
Hmm.
You tune in, you get your laugh on, and you leave. And so it's really a pastime, you know? It's really a pastime. Like, what do you learn from a baseball game when you sit in the stadium? You watch these players, otherwise known as content creators, no offense. You watch them play the game, a man, a content creator, and it's like, wow, that one hit a home run. That one got first base. That one stole second base. You know, and and then you log off. What did you learn? So I guess I have the freedom to say this because I'm not a content creator, but you all are players on a team. All content creators are on the same team. And we're just listening in because it's not entertaining, that's the wrong word. It's captivating. For some strange reason, I mentioned that my generation grew up with the comedy sitcoms, Good Times, The Jeffersons, Fred Sanford, all that other kind of stuff. You know, um, it was always meant to be a laugh when it comes to our people. And I'm tired of it. I want our people to be serious. But that's not for me to call, right? And for the most part, a lot of people tune out. And I was trying to figure out why. It's like, why is it when somebody's doing something that's enlightening, or informative, that people tune out? It's because the the generations that were exposed to media on a continuous basis were only introduced to our people as being comedic, like very seldom did we come across media influences that were um, anything other than comedic. And I'm talking about in a you know on a broad scale. You know, I think about all those sitcoms that I love, and I was like, They tried to sprinkle in some messages here and there, but when and I hate to compare, but when compared to other television shows that featured non-black people, it was always something other than comedic for the most part. You know, you had All in the Family, you had, and I'm talking about the laugh tracks, right? The influence of the laugh track. So that way you knew it was a comedy. It was a comedy, otherwise known as It's Not to Be Taken Seriously. And then you got these other shows that a person was exposed to in the 70s that didn't have laugh tracks. There were few, if any, black people on those shows. Um, a lot of us grew up at a time when you watched television. You watched Sesame Street. You came home after school. You watched what? Some cartoon. Woody Woodpecker, the Flintstones, the Jets. It's just your life was bombarded with watching television. And I think somebody geniusly said, tell a lie vision, right? Because that's all it was telling people, young people like me, who wanted to stay out of trouble. So we just stayed home and watched television. I wanted to stay out of trouble. I didn't want to hit the streets running with people that were up to no good. So I was in the house doing my homework, watching television. And in hindsight, I think about it, it didn't really impart anything other than a laugh track. And everything's not funny. Life is to be planned if you want to prosper. And nothing about those black sitcoms, very rarely, I would say that, very rarely would they instill a sense of aspiration. It was all about the laugh track. It was all about the buffoonery. And here we are on Black YouTube, and we have people that are saying Black YouTube, is better than television. And I thought that was a really peculiar thing to say. Like, what do they mean it's better than television? Because it may remind some of us that none of this is to be taken seriously. And to me, that's sad. Because we do have a unique time span to take each other seriously and impart wisdom and gifts of information to take with us that can enhance our families, But we're not doing that. We're just making fun of each other and making up terms and that don't really mean anything, What does a high value man actually mean? 6-figure man. This didn't, it's like what is all that? Average at best. What's another term? Because I'm not up on the current ones, but I know the past ones. F them kids and black men ain't this and all this other. It's like, where are we going with all this? I guess that's my overall. I guess I went around the bush, to just basically ask that question. Where is all this going? These spaces and these colloquial terms and colorful, adjectives and, nonsensical, conversation. Like, where is this going? But, I don't mean to get too serious. People have known me for being, something other than serious. So But I was just wondering if anybody ever asked themselves that question. When it comes to these spaces, these terms, where is it going? It hasn't produced solutions that people can walk away with to enhance their families, themselves, and their futures. It's just talk, you know. But not trying to sound like a hypocrite. I will be back again, you know. Somebody might see me trying to talk on some other panel some other time. I'm not gonna deny that I'm stuck. You know, I'm retired. But I will say that when I take a week off, take a week on, take a week off, take a week on, I'm not quite as attached to it as I was some time back. Some time back, I was consistently present, consistently trying to see who's live and what's going on and what's happening. But what I understand is that you can taper off, you can pace yourself. And I recommend it, you know. If these spaces at some point doesn't make sense to you, take a week off, come back, and take another week off and come back. That way it's not such a I just gotta tune in or I don't feel like um I because some people they feel like they're missing stuff, right? Like, damn, I didn't even know this Priscilla. Where she come from? Last time I heard y'all was talking about Jessica. Last I heard y'all was talking about Kevin Samuels. So a lot of people they tune in constantly because they think they're missing out on something, and you're not. And that goes back to my question: where is this going? To the point where people think they're missing out on stuff that isn't necessarily benefiting their life. Now, why you gonna let me run my mouth this long? You know I can talk. Are you here? BMT, D Derail? Y'all took a restroom break? Oh, anyway, shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the live stream. And thank you for listening. I'm going on mute. And shout out to the lurkers in the clouds. We love you too.